There we go.
Well,
We've got it back live again.
Okay.
There we go,
yeah.
YouTubers.
Great,
We've
great.
got it back live. We got it back live again.
And Instagrammers and
In YouTube.
it's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, right?
We finally got it live, and I hope we didn't make that same mistake again.
Well, you didn't do a mistake. Did you make a mistake? It was just a.
It's just it crashed.
Yeah, it crashed. It's just because.
Well,
I
it's
see.
a miracle that all these little digital things can go all the way up to the satellite, and then they can come all the way back down, and then we complain about log.
I wish we had Ethernet, though.
Yeah, but here in the hotel room, we have to go with what we have, right?
That's right.
Yep. Yep.
If-
Yep.
So next,
I
maybe
used to-
for
go
maybe
ahead.
for next year's Video-A-Thon, it could definitely, maybe for next.
Not plan a speak 2 days or a day after or the same day. That
It's not going to be like this again because it's since I got invited by this event.
That's okay. You know, it's going to be an amazing event tomorrow here in Pennsylvania.
But
So,
I'm trying to take a snapshot again for the $800 total. So, thinking about dodgy internet.
yeah.
If we have Ethernet, if the hotel has Ethernet, then we have very, very smooth internet.
But they don't.
Right.
So we have no choice. It is
Well,
what it is.
It really
Yes.
sucks.
No, you know what?
It's-
It hasn't. You've been on and you still delivering. You're still doing it. So
Yes.
everybody's come on so far except for one
Mhm.
person, and yeah, it's been good, Danny. You shouldn't be hard on yourself.
Yeah. And I'm still here.
And I lost.
Yeah.
The student has left.
That's okay.
Oh,
That's okay.
So Sam, let me ask
yes.
a question.
Yes.
Tell me your name again, or your last name.
Sam Quasman, Kwasman. You can go to my website, samk3000.com, SAMKAY3000.com, and listen to all the ducks and all the TV shows I've done.
That's much easier to spell than Sam Quasman, right?
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
that's really, really neat. Now, I heard that it's funny because I heard a psychologist say that whatever you were really good at, starting to get good at, and that you were interested in when you were around 8 years old,
Yeah.
your true calling in life. And here you
Yeah.
mentioned earlier that you were 8 years old,
Uh-huh.
started doing your voices, right?
Well, yeah, and singing and dancing and acting lessons all started at about 8.
That's
You know, had I been in New York, I would have gotten onto Broadway as a child actor.
yes.
But here, I was trying to get onto television and movies, and didn't do anything until I was 19. Really, didn't really get anywhere. But Natalie, you had a question?
yes.
Yes, I did. I just wanted to see if you could give us some voice acting advice because
Sure.
I'm a voice actor myself and I'm trying to get out there.
Great. Yes. What kind of voices do you do, or you
Um,
want to do?
I've mainly done voices for short films and animation, but I really want to start voicing characters in video games, maybe even audiobooks.
Oh, okay. Well, video games, you have to create characters.
Mhm.
So you're going to get a picture. And sometimes you don't even get that. You just get a description. That's it. But it depends on the character. You got to look and see if he has a long nose. Does he have to talk through his nose? You know, or is he got this, big neck, and he talks in the back of his voice, back of his throat, like you can almost do Jimmy Stewart doing that. I'll just,
Yeah.
So there are different placements in your mouth or in your voice where you can create different voices. Like I used to do Smee for Captain Hook, Peter Pan. but Captain, but he's all in here, his cheeks. But Captain, excuse me, I have a little garbage in my throat.
Oh, you're okay. You're okay.
Okay, so they're all different types of placements in your mouth, your tongue, your upper area here, and down here in your throat. So if I don't do deep, dark voices because I'm a tenor. I'm a high-pitched voice. So I'm always up here. I'm talking like this, And you want to be a New York accent? Oh, you want to be somebody from Texas or Louisiana, where we're from, or if you're in California, hey, dude, wow.
That's like surfer.
Surf's up, yeah.
That's more like surfer dude got voice. Like Greg Sipes has a surfer Californian accent. But my Californian accent is more like Valley Girl-ish.
Yeah, there's a Valley Girl. Yeah, can you do it?
Yeah, that's just that's my typical voice, how I talk.
Yeah.
Or like Californian.
When they think of California, think of somebody who goes, oh, dude, oh, man, whoa, oh, that's gnarly.
It's so tubular.
It's so tubular, hang tan.
That's more of the exaggerated surfer's valley surfer dude accent.
But you have to exaggerate when you're doing animation, right?
Yes,
right.
But then there are people who want a real voice. They just want your voice.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to talk like this.
Yeah. Jerry Garcia,
and
that
it's
was
a
just
video
on.
game where there's a lot of action, and they want the reality of the character, even though they're bizarre looking, and they want them to talk like, well, I was thinking about that. If we plan what we're gonna do. See, those kind of things. And you should work on accents like the French. Ah, je suis très bien, merci à toi, je le parle. And you can even distort your face. Ah, so that's me. Wow.
Well,
and then there's Spanish. And I used to do Cheech and Chong.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and I dubbed him over for a movie, and then he came in at the last minute and did it himself. But you couldn't tell the difference. So, hey man, what's up, dude? I understand. Oh, fudge. Encina, Resina, Tarzana, Tahanga, Nortale, with La Brea, Figueroa, Sepulveda. Spanish.
Good.
Nice, yes.
I actually do voice a character with a Russian accent, so yeah, accents are kind of fun for
That's
me.
what you want to do, accents. They're going to ask you to do an Englishman. I did a butler for Tom and Jerry. Yes, hello. That kind of thing.
Yes, sir. Quite.
Yes. There's all these different accents in England. There's the King's English. Oh, there's a guy who talks like this. So, yes.
I was going to say, when you were a kid in school, did they ever ask you to stop goofing around?
So
yes,
they did, because I'm glad you didn't let that discourage you.
Well, I really tried to be a good student, but the reason I got really good in French because back then you'd go to the language lab, and you'd put on headphones like that, right?
Yeah.
And you'd listen to Comment allez-vous? And I would do it in Daffy Duck.
¿Cómo se?
Hey, comment allez-vous? Or what's up, Doc? Comment ça va? And
¿Cómo se va?
so I had to be. I couldn't do it too loud. Everybody else was in there. So, so I got really good in French.
That's great.
Yeah, kind of like in Genshin, where it's this there's this machine called the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale.
Yeah, right. Whatever that is.
This is
Big
yes, you have to talk like this. Hello.
Excusez-moi.
That's cartoon. That's cartoons.
Sam,
And
excusez-moi.
sometimes they want. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dani.
Excusez-moi. We have a Miranda D, who is definitely an artist from Over the Garden Wall and from Bob's Burgers, and she's got a background from this recent Fox show called Krapopolis.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Hi everyone.
We have Daffy Duck. Sam Quasman.
Yes, hi. I used to do Donald Duck at Disney, and now I'm Little Quacker for Tom and Jerry, and I do Donald Duck for Robot Chicken and a bunch of other voices. I was actually the Roadrunner. So the thing is, placement, okay, in your voice, and you also have things that are called tricks, voice tricks. You want to play a parrot? You got to be a parrot, you know, I probably want to crack up, you know, yeah, right? To get into the voice, you know. So, you know, things like that. You know, there's a guy named Frank Welker who is a genius, and he just does noises. He did, if you ever saw the movie Dragonheart with Sean Connery as the voice of the dragon, Frank Welker did the noises. And he would take a big trash can for the Lion King, and he'd roar into the trash can. And he got the voice of the lion roaring.
But it also applies to the logo, the famous Metro Golden Mayer sound.
Yes, that's it. That's absolutely right. And so I wanted to say there was a story about him and Sean Connery. Sean Connery was late for a scene for the Dragonheart. So I said, Frank, why don't you do Sean Connery's voice? We'll just tell him he did this scene. So this is a rumor. I think it's true. He goes, okay. So he does the scene as Sean Connery. He goes, so we're here in the city, and we're, you know, that kind of thing. And Sean Connery comes in. He goes, okay, let's get to the. I think we're right here. We're here. You know, is that Sean Connery? I can't do it right now. Got junk in my throat. So Frank goes. So they go. He goes, no, Sean, we already did it. He goes, you did? I don't remember doing this. Well, we'll play it for you. So they play Frank Welker doing Sean Connery's voice for the Dragonheart. And Sean goes, well, I guess I did. Okay, let's move on. And they had to tell him it was Frank Welker, not him.
So
that's how good Frank is.
That's wonderful.
Hey, that's awesome.
You must
That's
have
amazing,
a lot of
Sam.
muscle control in your throat and your neck and everything.
And that's how voice acting works. So,
Yes.
now that to close things out, Sam, is there any links or website you can find to find you? Miranda would like to find you as well. You've got your Latin shirt, by the way, or is that Krapopolis?
It's totally Krapopolis.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm here to represent.
Well, Miranda, if you need another voice, let me know.
Awesome.
I'm at SamK3000, SAMKAY 3000.com, SamK3000.com. You can put it in the chat, you know.
Yes.
Okay, and you can go listen. You can see all my on-camera work as an actor. You can see all my cartoons, stuff like that. I'm known for the Bob Newhart Show, where I played a ventriloquist who believed the dummy was real and wanted to leave his act. And he was a big enough star. And Bob Newhart had to handle that. And then I'm known for, I did Comedians in Cars, and Family Ties, Airwolf, Movies of the Week, you know, Mad TV, all that stuff. You can see me on Tom and Jerry and Robot Chicken.
Oh, that's
okay for the last
fantastic.
few years.
So it's great having you on, and now we're going to have Miranda take the spotlight. So it's great having you here, and thank you for your generous donation. Thank you for everything, Sam, for joining us.
It's so nice to meet you.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, boy, Dani. Oh, I love you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, and he can sing too, you know. That's enough. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
It was such a joy.
Bye, Sam.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your donation, and thank you for everything.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
My pleasure.
Love
Thank you,
you.
Keaton.
Thank you very much, Adrian. I'm Snowy. Bye-bye, Snowy.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Miranda.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Rosie. Bye-bye, Dani. Oh, boy.
Okay.
Nice to meet
See you later.
Bye-bye. And that was
Bye-bye.
Sam Quasman, Miranda. So Miranda,
That's
you could go ahead and just introduce yourself, because I noticed that you're promoting the Fox show, Krapopolis, and it's one of the first shows that uses the non-refundable token method. Isn't it amazing?
Yeah, that was like a bigger part of the first season for Krapopolis. It was like, it allowed people that bought NFTs to vote on things in the show and like change things and influence things. But moving forward, that's not as big a part of the show. So, but it's still a really awesome show. It's all about ancient Greece, which I love. And it's this weird family. It's like a Fox sitcom, except the dad is a monster, the mom is a goddess, the sister's a cyclops with super strength. The one brother is half like mermaid, half monster, and he's super smart. And then the main character is like the king that's trying to like bring everything together. And it's really funny. And we're on Fox Sunday nights. So please watch. It's also on Hulu. And yeah, that's what I've been doing for the last 3 years, which is a really long time in TV animation to stay at one place. And I have a really talented crew, and it's been great.
Well, but you know, you look like you're like 16. How?
Oh, well, thank you. You flatter me. It is my birthday, so that hits especially good today.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Miranda. Happy birthday to you.
Oh my God.
This marks your zodiac sign, Sagittarius.
Yes, it does. And I don't have the love of travel, but I definitely have like, you know, big emotions and big creativity and like a million ideas all the time. So not only do I do basically like Krapopolis is my day job, but I'm always making stuff in my spare time. I make comics, and I make merch. I sell pins and patches and art on my website, which is, let's do a little plug, mirandadressler.com, or you can find me on Instagram at Miranda, right? So I make stuff and I share stuff, and some of the stuff I share is like, I love making personal comics about like me growing up as an awkward kid, as a kid with autism. And that's how I met Dani, was I met her at the, there's an Autism Entertainment conference last year, and that's how we met up. So
Well,
I
actually,
love meeting.
that was last April at this time. And
Oh, that's right.
It was,
was
such a
this
huge,
year. It seems like a long time ago.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a long time since we saw each other. And
You know what's really great is to see somebody like you that is working on on a show, on the spectrum, so that these girls here on the spectrum and all of Dani's students
and
could see-
Keaton too,
Keaton too, yeah,
the gentleman.
could see that it's yes, it can. Yes, you can. You could do it.
Yes, you can. I am here for all the weird girls. I am a weird girl probably forever since
So
the
is
beginning.
Same here.
She identifies as a weird girl herself. So.
Well, Capricorn. Well, the Sagittarius has met a Capricorn, but the Capricorn has a love for travel, though.
yeah.
Who says Capricorns don't love travel? And who says the
That's right.
Sagittarius doesn't likes travel?
That's right.
Okay.
Wonderful.
But yeah, but I think like lots of like people that have spicy brains on the neurodiversity spectrum are very creative, and that like we see things in a different way. We like think of things in a different way. I definitely think like being able to like lock in and focus as like a professional creative person, like use your autism superpowers. Like once I get like focused on something, it's like I'm on it. And a big part of the show that I work on now is like a big part of what I do as a art director is I design the backgrounds. Like I have a really awesome character designer, Andy Restano, who did all the designs for Adventure Time. So he's really like leading the character department. So my world is like the world, the settings, the set design. And a lot of that involves like a lot of historical research. So looking at things and applying them to the show. Like it's not historically accurate in any way, but it definitely pulled a lot from real life, and being able to like geek out and focus on that is something I just love.
Yeah. Sounds so familiar here, right, girls?
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm so
Oh, yeah.
I'm so proud of you. That's great. That's awesome. And is that your artwork behind you?
This is done by several of our background designers contributed to this, and then I sort of like, as the art director, what I do is I sort of set the style, and then everybody picks up the pieces and takes it from there. So that's something I also learned, like becoming a director and a manager, is like you do a lot of art at the beginning, and then I don't really do art as a daily part of my job. Like I give notes on all of the talented members of my team's work, but like their work is what ends up on the screen. I do a lot of like research gathering, inspiration board making, and then like doing notes on top of people's work, like, oh, let's punch this up, or let's change the composition slightly, and things like that.
Yeah.
So you get to expand your vision. When you get to have a vision and use other people's, like, basically they do the legwork or the arm work of the drawing it, but you get the pictures of, you say, okay, I want it to look like this, sort of.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
it's
amazing.
like finding, like, I always say I like to find people that are better at doing each thing on the show than I could ever be. Like, it's like assembling the Avengers. It's like, I want the very best color person. I want the very best character designer and background designer. And then, like, sort of like leading them and coaching them. But then they're doing it. Like, they're contributing. We have over 40 artists on this show between design team and storyboard team. So it takes a lot of people to make an animated show.
Yes.
Well, that's wonderful, because Walt Disney did the same thing. He used to always say that he wasn't as good an artist as the people that he hired.
Yeah, you have to be. You know, that's one thing that Dani always complains about, is that she doesn't have that much time to do any animation, to do art anymore, because she's always busy with everything else in the company. And she always gets questions by her fans saying, well, where's your animation? What did you create? It's like, I haven't created anything in a long time.
It's because I've been teaching students like every day.
Not just teaching, but
also
directing,
directing and doing keynote speaking and being on the show Love on the Spectrum. It would be, so it's great that we at DaniMation have more students than ever before.
Yeah, but that she would like to be, when she first started, she was also doing a lot of creative and writing and editing, and I mean, well, she still does editing, but she used to do a lot of art. She used to be more in the art part, but she doesn't anymore, and she's kind of a little sad. Sometimes she's a little sad about that, but on the other hand, she knows that she's got to let somebody else do it.
That's right. And what you're doing, Dani, you're still young. So you got a whole life ahead of you. I remember not starting out in animation until I was 29, but I'd been an artist my whole life. And so it was something that I just, it was the only thing I knew how to do. So when I needed a job, that's how I ended up in animation. But you are so good. And I feel like at my age, now I'm finally getting to do my own projects. I hope you don't have to wait that long. But I spent so many years, helping other people bring their visions to life that they wanted. But you're doing that for so many people, but you'll get a chance. Don't worry. And Miranda, I had a question for you. I'm so glad. I'm just so impressed you're doing all this so young. When you, since I don't watch TV enough, I'm busy working on my own stuff right now. But what is the story of this show? What is the theme and the basic story of this show?
For Krapopolis?
Huh? Yeah, since I haven't seen it.
It is basically, it was created by Dan Harmon, who created Rick and Morty. So it's sort of like the same kind of humor in that it's like a wacky dysfunctional family, except it's set in ancient Greece with gods and monsters and like impossible situations happening outside of like a sitcom story. So it could be like one of the siblings is jealous of one of the other, and the dad forgot the mom's anniversary, except the dad is a monster, the mom is a goddess, so her wrath will be a lot more than a usual mom whose anniversary got forgotten. And meanwhile, there's like an invading horde of like monster soldiers. So we get to like draw some pretty crazy stuff.
That sounds really fun.
It's super fun. I'm having a good time.
I'm glad. That's great. So do you get a chance to work as far as like put input into story at all, or is it just the art?
It's more just the art. Like my team really does a lot of like biz dev when we first get a script. Like when it was like, oh, we're going to the lost city of Atlantis. Like we wouldn't like influence really what kind of action happened there, but we would design the sets of like what our version of Atlantis looks like. And then once we get the storyboard back, that's when we're like designing everything that's in the storyboard, from like characters, props, effects, all the things.
That's really good. So for those that haven't heard the word viz dev, that means visual development, right?
Yeah.
Visual development that's what you
Yep.
do.
Hold on a second.
Okay, Keaton.
Yeah,
That's
it's
good.
really cool because I often think of viz dev with animated features where you have sometimes years to figure out what you want it to look like and have dozens of artists trying different ideas. But with a TV schedule, it's really intense. So we basically have like 2 weeks to figure out what everything looks like so that we can design it and hand it over to the board artists so they know like basically what the cast and what the sets would look like. So it's very quick and like again, to have a super talented team.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, I remember a similar situation when I was working at Hanna-Barbera, and I asked Mr. Barbera one day, and I said, "Why do they need 350 people here to do all these?" He says, "Heck, we have to put out a cartoon every 2 weeks." And I'm going, no wonder, because you can't do everything yourself unless you're Dani Bowman.
Well, that's a good. That's a good
our
way
little
to thought
cartoon.
about that out. Yes.
She's amazing. Well, when she did a little cartoon for us, Somebody Needs You, and that was in 2016, and it was like what, a 3-minute cartoon. She did it in 6 weeks. It took me 5 months to make a 5-minute cartoon that I was doing on my own. So I don't know how you do it, Dani, but she's got superpowers. So.
Well, speaking of, I have to break the news that we've got $100 more to our Video-A-Thon. Now we have 900.
Yay!
Yay!
All thanks to you, Zoe, and your mom, Tracy.
Wow.
Yeah, sorry I got a little mixed up with the schedule as well. I
That's
didn't
all
know I
right.
was supposed, but I'm here.
But you still got to see Sam, and you're getting to meet Miranda, which is really, really cool. So
Yeah, and I've actually been watching been watching on YouTube the whole time. I saw Austin and Jason.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so Zoe is one of Dani's instructors.
Hello.
She used to be
Hi,
a
Zoe.
student. She was Dani's student for several years, and then
Mhm.
she got really good at what she does, and finished high school, and was looking for work, and so now she's one of our instructors, and she has her own students that she works with, which is amazing.
Yeah.
So Dani featured her, was one of the first films you featured at Comic-Con, wasn't it?
That's called the Indiana Cheese Muncher.
Yeah, she did the Indiana Cheese Muncher, which is, really a cute animation.
Yeah, and it's available for free on YouTube for anyone who wants to watch it.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's available on the Spectrum Laboratories YouTube page.
Oh, good.
Just only, or is it also on your YouTube, Zoe?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. So there's
Zobot
just
Studios Productions.
Zobot Studios. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
and
Look at what you started, Dani. I remember Zoe when I met you at one of her classes, and it really
nice to see you again.
nice to see you too.
It's been
Now,
so long.
is this the first time that you've met Miranda? This is my first time.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. And even though
Hello.
we're just meeting digitally, virtually, that is really exciting. Now,
Yeah.
are you based in Los Angeles?
Yeah, I am based in Los Angeles.
And you too, Miranda?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Well, that's good. We're at least, we're holding up the animation fort here.
Yay!
So I have a question for all of you, Miranda. Anybody that wants to jump into that question. How do you guys feel about AI?
I don't like it.
Well, according to Steven Silvers, do you know who Steven Silvers is? The creator of Kim Possible and Danny Phantom. He says we are adaptable human beings. All we have to do is find a ways to adapt. And I agree that Steven Silvers explains about the reality. You always have to embrace, sometimes you really have to embrace the reality, but that doesn't mean you can't just quit or anything. All you have to do is just combine your love of your creative side and the AI side. In other words, AI and animation and human creators must unite one another. They must unite. Well, I put a heart and then it does this, you see?
Wait, did that
really?
I didn't know.
That might be AI too.
That might be AI
I
too.
think it is.
Oh.
I think it's
No.
automatic.
I agree with what Danny and Steven Silver said, which is like AI is happening, and the people that are very scared of it and are like, oh my god, like this is gonna take me over. Like, it can't have original. It can't have original ideas. Like, we still need a human to go out there, tell your stories, write your shows, do your pitches. But like on the show I'm working on now, like we have it help us do things that humans never wanted to do, like draw a crowd of fans waving in a stadium. Like no human animator wants to do that. So I'm happy that AI can help us do some of that stuff, but it can't come up with creative ideas. It can't tell a personal story.
Exactly.
Like, I encourage everyone to keep doing your thing.
Yeah.
And I agree with Danny, Steven Silver, and also Miranda, because it's just another tool. Just like when the car was invented, and all the people who said who had horse and buggy, and they all said, "Oh no, that car, that's gonna be evil. We can't have those there, because it's gonna take away our jobs, or it's gonna go too fast, or somebody will get killed." Well, but you know what? There was no stopping it, and now it's just another tool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what AI, just like Miranda said, it's just another tool. So we and I love the thing that you said, that it doesn't have any original ideas, which is right. All it is a serial people pleaser. You want something? Okay, I can give it to you. But all it does is collect from the other existing ideas, and it might
steals other people's art.
That's right.
Yeah.
But it might give you another idea of something that you can do. It's just like reading books or anything. Hey, when you think about it, we're all imitating the creator. You draw a beautiful background and a lovely sunset or something. Well, God gives us a free painting every night, and he doesn't charge a dime.
Anyways, we've got our two new guests, Marlene Sharp and Judy O'Donnell, which I think you've met them at the Autism and Entertainment Conference back in April. These are two lovely ladies that are joining. Plus, hopefully, Paul should also come in as well. They're from Autism and Entertainment, so I will just go ahead and give them the stage to these ladies.
Here we go. And introduce them to
So, Marlene, you may remember Miranda D, who came to the Autism and Entertainment Conference, and and Ruthie and Zoe, and Keaton and Natalie. This is Marlene Sharp and Judy O'Donnell that are from Autism Entertainment, and they're also from the Asperger's, the Orange County Asperger's Association.
Hi, it's great to see these beautiful faces. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's great to have them working together, and I'm really impressed with Miranda's work and what she's doing, and it's amazing.
And guess what we've raised so far? We've raised $900 from 13 supporters. So if anybody would like to donate, all you have to do is scan the QR code or text to DaniMation to 553-555, or go to DaniMation, or go to DaniMation Entertainment. Or go to givebutter.com/c/DaniMation DaniMation 2024.
Right. So she's using that as a background, but then she's right in the middle, so she's got to wiggle around every time she wants to show it. So, but yes, welcome. Dani has been at it since 8 o'clock in the morning, Pennsylvania time, because we're in Pennsylvania. Dani's here because she's speaking tomorrow at a conference. What's the name of the conference?
That's called the Community Expo by Lurasine, Wyoming County in Pennsylvania. I think Judy got her out of the spotlight. She's just
got herself out of the spotlight.
She just has to change her background.
Okay, I see.
So,
yeah, so she's speaking tomorrow. So today we are here. We came early to be here, but because we're here at a hotel, it was a little difficult to get all of the social medias on at the same time. So, Dani, I think you got kicked out once, right?
Yeah, because my OBS crashed at the time when I was trying to do it. So that means I'm doing a part 2 of the GivingTuesday Video-A-Thon. If we have Ethernet, then it would definitely be highly proficient.
Right, but the hotel doesn't offer Ethernet anymore. They're past that, so we have to do what the best that we could do. Mm-hmm.
Dani, I'm sorry. I had on my computer, I wasn't getting sound, so I had to switch, and my background isn't here. So I'm at the beach. How are you doing? Are you exhausted?
Yeah, kind of exhausted for me, and but I'm so excited to have you both. What happened to Paul Hemstreet? He's supposed to be coming on too.
He confirmed he should be here any minute now, I think, unless he's having some trouble. I'll check and see if he's messaging. No messages from him.
See, what happens is because of Dani, because we were going to be in Eastern time, a lot of people got confused with that when she put out the times. She did put Eastern at the top, but she didn't reiterate later. So a lot of
I'm calling Paul now.
A lot of people that she invited got confused with the times, and because if they didn't see it at the top, it wasn't in the actual times that she sent out, right?
That's true.
Yeah, but that's okay. She's figuring.
Well, there he is.
Join right now.
There we
Oh,
go.
there he is.
Yay!
We finally got Paul
Yay.
on the line too.
Yes.
There's Paul.
Welcome, Paul.
Hi, everybody.
Great seeing you again.
Hello.
And here's
Great to see
Miranda.
you.
Miranda D, who is this amazing animation artist that came to Autism Entertainment, best known artist from Over the Garden Wall, Bob's Burgers, and Krapopolis.
Wow, what a resume!
Yeah, I met you guys at the conference back in April. I see you're wearing your snazzy Jorge Gutierrez shirts there.
Yes.
Very nice.
And now people who didn't go to the conference can buy the shirts on our new merch make store. We just opened a store online for Autism and Entertainment. So now anybody can buy these shirts. They're available in different colors. And then we also have the original Autism and Entertainment logo as well. So we're very proud.
Yeah, that's a really good art to have in a t-shirt. We really, treasure the t-shirt we have from it because we know Jorge Gutierrez and we know how amazing he is and we love his art. Dani has some of his original
some of the original art pieces, including his Muerto Mouse action figure. I have a Muerto Mouse vinyl toy, so I kept a little vinyl of Muerto Mouse, which is like dead mouse in Mexican Spanish.
Mexican Spanish.
Yes.
That's awesome. I don't think I've ever seen those toys before.
You might find them in his art galleries, in his upcoming art galleries.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're exclusives. He only sells them. He only has a limited amount, and he sells them when he actually does an art gallery. So he doesn't have them online or anything. They just.
I see.
And then he signs
Oh,
them.
yeah. You have a museum piece. That is special. You need to put a glass dome over it and charge admission.
Yeah.
Will there
Thank
be
you.
a conference year 2? Because I thought it was such a great event.
Yes.
Felt very connected to the community.
Yeah, there will be. It may be an every 2-year event where the blessing with the first conference is there was a grant from the Department of Developmental Services and that paid for the conference. So we're now getting organized and figuring out funding and figuring out how to keep us ongoing. So we think we need another year to get ready for the next conference, but there definitely will be a following conference. And since then, we've done webinars. We have one coming up this week with Real FX, and we have one coming up next month with the staff from Carl the Collector, which is a new animated series on PBS about an autistic raccoon. And so we've tried to have a lot of events. We've done a lot of work getting people new jobs. We've done work. We've had some events at the Laugh Factory, and just trying to organize ourselves so that we'll have an amazing 2025, and that then we can start figuring out where and when to have the next conference.
Yeah, you guys are doing amazing. You're everywhere and you're being involved in everything you can, which is great. Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, what we like to do is we like to recognize and promote all the talent out there that are on the spectrum that are working, and make sure that everybody knows about what they're doing. And so we have to be everywhere to make sure everybody knows. And that's why Marlene is playing such a critical role, flittering around Hollywood and being everywhere. She's amazing.
This is me flittering.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
We'll have to add wings to your outfit, Marlene.
Okay, I like wings. They complement just about any outfit. They can make any outfit look better.
Meanwhile, Paul's been at work with his video team recording a lot of activities.
Yeah, the good news is there's so many activities we've been able to be involved with. We had the Laugh Factory event, Let It Out, which featured neurodivergent stand-up comics, and they had an evening of entertainment for a neurodivergent audience, and had a quiet space people needed, and it was a wonderful night. So we had crews there, neurodivergent crews and editing teams that took all the footage and created a really nice piece that we have on our website now, I believe. Correct, Judy? Marlene?
It's on our YouTube channel. I'll put a link to it in the chat if I can.
And we'll be entering it into film festivals and competitions. In fact, the template is up here on my laptop. I'm working on that right now. We love to enter film festivals and competitions, as Dani knows, because we went to Comic-Con with the mini documentary about Dani.
Yes.
And that's where we got to see each other again. That's where we saw each other last, until we saw each other again. All three of us. And also, wait, Miranda too.
I was there too. It was really inspiring. Before you joined, I was talking about how I really feel like creativity and being neurodiverse just go together so well. And it helps me do my job. And it was really inspiring to meet all the creative members of our community.
Miranda, you were at Comic-Con also?
I wasn't at Comic-Con. I was at your conference.
At the Autism. Okay, got it.
Comic-Con is too many sweaty people.
Yes, it sure is. But yeah, Judy put in the chat the video of the event, the Laugh Factory event. Yes.
Yes, and then Spectrum Laboratory, we do we have a lot of connections with Spectrum Laboratory, and they did an evening workshop with Jorge Gutierrez again, and he gave his speech, which is very similar to the one that he did at our conference, which is absolutely incredible. Except it was a little more personal. It was with a smaller audience, and we videotaped that as well. And that's available on Spectrum Laboratory site and I believe, on our YouTube page as well.
Is it? I'm not sure. One thing about that is when he was at the Spectrum Labs event, he was able to show, Jorge got to do the intro to The Simpsons, the video at the front end of The Simpsons.
Yep.
And Josh, my son, pointed out to me that he got to see it. So that was pretty exciting.
Yeah, that was amazing. And people just went crazy over it. The audience there, it was really special to see that. That was, that's some of the best Simpsons related animation I think I've seen in a long time. Really, really exciting.
He's gotten some good reviews in the press for that Simpsons opening. I think it was a holiday for Halloween and Day of the Dead in celebration of those holidays. So there was a lot of chatter about it online, and animation publications covered it. It was so beautiful.
Oh, I didn't get to see that, but I remember working on the very first season of The Simpsons, and the little section where Lisa's playing the saxophone. I have to do that animation.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
Wow. What a credit.
Yeah. Well, I'm just so excited to meet all of you guys, and I wanted to ask if like each of you, I don't know who wants to start, but we just got a chance to hear about Miranda's work that she's doing, and I was curious, Marlene, what if you were to say give your like 1 minute elevator speech about what you do, what have you done? Because for somebody who is just tuning in and doesn't know you, what would you say your true love, or what your career has gotten? What do you do? What is your...
Ruthie, I feel like we've met. I think we met at a film screening over the summer.
Yes, you look so familiar.
Yes, we met at the Pat Kramer screening of the documentary.
That's where I knew you.
About yes,
oh my
yes.
God. I know this lady. You look so familiar.
Yes. That we had a nice conversation. I think I still have your card on my desk here. So, fun backstory. We were at a screening for I can't remember the name of the documentary.
Celebrating Laughter.
Laughter. That's right.
Documentary on Colin Higgins, who did all the 9 to 5, Silver Streak, Harold and Maude, and other films. And he unfortunately died pretty young, but that was the documentary was done by one of the people here at the Motion Picture Television Fund where I live. And Nicholas Iliopoulos was the person who created that film. So it is just wonderful. And Marlene, you got to go there, and how were you involved with that?
Well, my neighbor, Deborah Gilels, was the publicist for the film. And fun fact, Deborah was my PR partner for the Autism and Entertainment Conference. So it's all related. And and you asked me about the love of my life, and that is my dog Blanche. And Blanche is the reason why Deborah and I became friends, because our dogs were friends first. We lived down the hall from each other in a condo complex. So our dogs met, and then I've worked in PR, but most of my background is in merchandise-driven entertainment for nerd brands like Sonic the Hedgehog. I used to work at Sega. I worked at Level 5 and Bandai, and a number of Japanese companies that make video games, and they'll create content based on manga and toys and things like that. So, and then Deborah has a background in publicizing those types of things. So I really learned a lot from her about the PR industry. But my dream job is to somehow put my dog into show business and really let her have her moment. So she's really got star quality. So I'd like to see that through.
But your dog got you into show business.
If I was a dog, I'd be her, and if she was a person, she'd be me. So it's like we're the same.
And you
Soulmates,
publicize
yes.
the
Soulmates.
autism.
Soulmates indeed.
What is it? Autism and
Entertainment.
Yeah, Autism
Oregon.
and Entertainment. So Judy brought me on as the chair of the sponsorships and PR aspect of the Autism and Entertainment Conference, which happened back in April. And I had a history working with another autism nonprofit called the Center for Learning Unlimited and Brainstorm Productions, which is an animation studio populated with all artists who are on the spectrum. So that's how I got to know Judy, through that relationship. And then I just invited myself to one of the planning meetings for the conference and never left. And yeah, still here. And that's how I met Paul as well. And so yeah, happy to be here. I love working for the cause, especially as it relates to animation and creativity and folks on the spectrum who are so talented in those areas.
That's wonderful. And you all have something that made you attracted to this particular mission. And I was curious to hear about how you got.
I'll tell you about our mission and all that, Ruthie. I really appreciate your interest in this. So I am not an entertainment person. My husband's father was a film editor, and and he has cousins like Lorraine Newman, who was in the first Saturday Night Live cast. But what drew me to all of this is that I have a son who's on the autism spectrum, Josh, who graduated from Cal State Fullerton in television and film. Wow. And I have been running a nonprofit called the Orange County Asperger's Support Group that helps teens and adults improve their quality of life. And I've been experimenting around with employment growth for people on the spectrum. And my background's high-tech marketing, so I'm used to look at things from a marketing perspective. And I thought, a lot of the job creation for people on the spectrum has been what I would call peanut butter, horizontal, not really focused on a particular, congratulations, yay!
Well, I have to tell you that Miranda has to leave now. I just really wanted to say thank you to Miranda for your generous donation.
Thanks for coming.
And she really has
and
to.
Hope to see you soon.
Yes, I'll do.
Thank you
one
so
last
much for
plug
everything.
if you want.
Yes, one last
one last plug, Natalie. Miranda.
How can we get in touch with you?
And hope we enjoy. And we
Miranda Dressler. Oh my goodness. That's so cute.
Oh, I love it.
I love it too.
MirandaDressler.com, is that it?
It's so easy. That's right. That's me.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That's what we have to.
Miranda, there's a LinkedIn invitation coming your way.
Heck yeah. It was so great to be on here with you, Dani. I hope you raise lots of funds, and I hope to see y'all from Autism Entertainment again in 2026.
And thank you so much and thank you so much for this wonderful generous donation. Now we have $1,000. Can't you believe it? And as Miranda
fantastic.
And as Miranda leaves the building, we now have $1,000, 14 supporters. If you would like to, for those of you who are watching live from YouTube, Instagram, so either you scan the QR code or go to DaniMation or text to DaniMation 2024 to 53-555 or go to givebutter.com/c/DaniMation. I'm gonna use a restroom break for a minute, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
But I'm here.
So I'll finish, Ruth, and then maybe Paul can talk a little bit about himself. He has a much more exciting background than me. Anyway, I decided to form this Autism and Entertainment work group, which brought together parents and individuals on the spectrum and educators who are all focused on creating, training the talent in the entertainment space. And we got a grant to put on this conference. So I've been doing this for the last 2 years. I'm real excited, and I was really excited to build this fabulous team that put on this conference and continues to help this community. And one of the great people I met was Paul. So Paul, why don't you share your background?
Yeah, let's
And Judy, I just have to say, you do such an amazing job wrangling all of this together for Autism and Entertainment. And it's been a pleasure to be involved. And I've been involved for, lose track of time, like 2 years, maybe 2.5 years, I can't remember. I head up the video production for Autism and Entertainment, working with neurodivergent crews. Have the crews there at the conference, and we've created several videos together, which you can check out on our website. What really fuels me, I'm an independent producer, and I love to do projects that lift up people, celebrate diversity in different cultures and different people, and tell their stories. And so this work really aligns with me and my goals. And it's also very personal. I have 2 adult kids on the spectrum. They're 24. One is studying animation at Art Center College of Design, and he has about 1.5 years left, and couldn't be more proud of the amazing creative work he's doing. And my other child is almost done with his degree in biology, in evolutionary biology at Cal State Northridge. So he's like a science mind and also doing fantastic. And I had a friend named Jonna Cho, who is a lawyer and also is working with Autism Entertainment. And like 2.5 years ago, sometime during the pandemic, she reached out and said, would you like to be involved? And the reason I know Jonna is because I worked at Warner Brothers for almost 24 years. And I knew she has a son on the spectrum, and we used to get together with a few other parents over the years and have lunch and just share stories and support each other. And at Warner, I headed up all the special features for all the films and TV shows going to DVD or digital. So I had the pleasure of working on the whole Harry Potter series, the DC Comics films, both animated, so like Bruce Timm and you know, Beyond Batman, and all those like fabulous animated DC Comics related projects, as well as the Zack Snyder, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Patty Jenkins, and also all the classic films. So I really loved figuring out what stories we could tell for all those different TV shows and working with crews to do that. And I think Harry Potter was probably, working on Harry Potter and the Lord of the Rings Hobbit films was personally really amazing for me, just to be able to tell stories about that and work with amazing people over the years. So I'm really feel blessed to be able to take my talents into working with Autism Entertainment and really trying to bring the studios together with this movement to recognize how neurodiverse people can be such amazing talents working for them with some very simple accommodations.
I'm so proud of all of you.
Thanks,
Thank
Ruthie.
you.
You know, one of the things that strikes me about Dani, and let's give some shout out to her, is she is such an important part of this community. We had a conversation, Marlene and I, and we realized that everybody who met anybody was through Dani. And she is so, you know, Dani, you and I ran into each other so many times. We were both at the Stanford Neurodiversity Summit just a couple months ago, and we had a display where we were sharing about the Autism and Entertainment Conference, and sure enough, there was Dani and her Sandy and Patrick were there, and you know, you just do so much for this community, and that's what's great about what's going on in LA, is that there is such a sense of community, and the people that are involved in the educational programs there, they get to meet each other. One of the team members of Autism and Entertainment is Devin, who is a good friend of Dani and was on Love on the Spectrum with him, and we see him every week at our meetings because he has a paid internship with Zavicon. So we really want to thank you, Dani, for what you do for this community and how important you are in terms of the positive attitude you have in representation, and also the warmth that you extend to everybody to bring them in. And that's really unique. So thank you.
It's always my big pleasure, and I just really wanted to say thank you all for coming into our Giving Tuesday's Video-A-Thon guests. We thank you for your time and everything.
Yeah, but
so before we close things out, Sandy has something to say.
Yeah. So you know, Dani, that's always been Dani's passion since she was little. She's always been very sweet and always wants to help and always be a part of it. You know, anywhere she could help, in any way. So as she got older and realized that her autism, and realized that, you know, autism was something, you know, that a lot of people didn't understand, and people with autism didn't know what to do and didn't know how to you know, grow and come into society. She realized all that on her own as she was getting older, and then decided, instead of just wanting to develop her own career, she wanted to help everybody. That was the first thing she always wanted to do. She wanted to help since she was very little. So and I think, you know, thank you for recognizing that. And she does work really hard all the time, you know, to do as much as she can. You know, so I mean, look at this example here. We're in Pennsylvania. She's about to do a speech tomorrow, and she's doing
and look
this
at that
12-hour marathon, right?
And it looks like I only have about 2.5 hours left of this marathon.
Oh.
12-hour marathon to raise money to help students that are underprivileged. That's just, she planned this whole thing on her own, by herself.
Oh,
you know, and
that's wonderful. You know,
Thank
so what
you.
is your plan for the money? Help us understand what you're.
So what we're doing is that we're using the money to help scholarship people on the autism spectrum who are underprivileged, who can't afford enough money to come into our DaniMation classes.
Right. So for the one-on-one classes and the ones in the summer camps that she does, we always get people that, you know, that we speak with the parents and want the kids to go, but they're having a hard time getting, you know, some of the funds together, and we can't do it for free because we have to pay everybody that is part of it, that, you know, our assistants and so on. So we try to keep it very minimal as you know, as possible, but we still have to have, you know, some type of coverage to cover the cost. So that's what this is for. It's just to be able to afford all the kids that can't, you know, we know they're talented, we know they would benefit from classes like this, but, you know, that they're just having a hard time, especially right now, you know, with the families. Always has been that, there's always been that community, but it seems like it's becoming more and more prevalent, you know, in the community. So that's what this money is for. This is the second year that we do this, and I was just saying earlier that we don't do any of this all year round. I mean, she could try and sell, you know, things and try to promote her business and try to make money and you know, for the company by selling merchandise. She could do all of that, but she doesn't. She saves it for today. Today is the day where she raises all the money that she possibly can and then puts them all into scholarships for the kids. 100% of everything made goes.
Alrighty, so now.
So not only is $1,000, but we're going to try to get that $1,000 or whatever she makes today matched by Giving Tuesday. So
good.
That's the next step that she does. We could do more. I mean, Judy, you're amazing. You do all these grants, and you apply for all these grants, and you do all this work. I mean, I could see Dani being, you know, like a mini you when she gets your age. You're just like a, you know. So
I'd like to be a mini her right now.
you know,
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Who's up next?
So up next
Dani?
is the screening of 2 short films Too Smart to Be Trendy, and Isaac and the Firefly Queen. We are joined by Crystal Padron, who is definitely one of the animators involved with Too Smart to Be Trendy. Natalie Hutchins is, of course, you saw her joining, who is staying throughout the panel, is the voice of Ruby.
So I don't know if you guys have seen these two films from students. These are really good films that students made.
These are Dani's students.
Dani students.
These are your students, Dani?
Yes.
That's right.
These are Dani students.
Magical.
And so yeah, and they made these two films. Too Smart to Be Trendy was actually a film from Jake Woodruff, one of Dani's friends, who's also an instructor. He put this film together and then got the crew from our students to work on that film, and it turned out really well. And then the other one. And then the
looks like we're having an echo somewhere.
Yeah, so it may be because we're on mute, not on mute. Okay, so the other one is from Peyton Hepler, which she's also.
That's me.
Yes, and Peyton is Dani's student. You want to highlight Peyton?
So I'm just gonna go ahead and you can unhighlight yourself, so I could just
No, you just highlight Peyton.
I was gonna add her to the spotlight.
Yeah. Add her to the spotlight. I just wanted you guys to meet Peyton, and she did,
Hi there.
She was Dani.
So my name's Pan, and I'm an animator who made Isaac and the Firefly Queen.
Right, and she was Dani's students for like 3 years working on this film.
She first joined us since 2021.
Did you just get that?
No, I didn't remove it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, don't remove them. We're still.
I didn't remove somebody.
We want you guys to see this film. It's these two films. They're really good.
Your short film will be coming up after the short film Too Smart to Be Trendy.
Okay, why don't we show hers first, because I don't see everybody from Too Smart to Be Trendy here yet.
So you're absolutely right. Let's just let me go ahead and just play Isaac and the Firefly Queen
first.
Wait, hold on a sec. Before you do that, say it's okay. It's okay. I let my guesses in.
Sure, go ahead.
In Zoom or YouTube or something.
Yeah, here on Zoom is probably better, so they can participate. Just send them the link that we sent you.
I send them I send them the link so they can join. Yeah.
Okay. So Olivia Dent is also a student of Dani that is now becoming also an instructor, just like Zoe. Zoe was a student at one point, and now she's an instructor.
Yep.
Right. And Keaton was, he met Dani when they were really young, like 13 or 14. And they, at Joey Travolta's.
14.
Well, you were 14 when you started, yeah, Zoe. But Keaton met Dani when he was very young too. He
yeah,
met
when I was a.
Sorry, Zoe. What did you say, Zoe?
Yeah, we actually met. Yeah, we met when I met her when I was 14 years old.
Yes, and now you are an instructor.
And that's
for DaniMation. And she has her own students.
Yep.
Right, and Peyton has just been accepted to university. Dani helped her with, putting her portfolio together and writing letters for university so she could get accepted. So now she's at university. So we're very proud of her. But here is, did you want to wait, Peyton, until your people that you're inviting are coming?
Let me email them real quick.
Yeah, that's fine.
And guess what? Judy just donated $150, and now we have a total of $1,150.
Yay!
Awesome. Okay.
So for those of you who are watching and streaming from for those of you who are streaming from Instagram and YouTube, all you have to do is scan the QR code to donate, or you have to go to DaniMation 20 or text to donate DaniMation 2024 to 53-555, or go to giftbutter.com/C/DaniMation 2024.
Yes. So these are amazing people that we have here. All of most of them are Dani students. Olivia, she lives in
Alivia lives in Washington State.
Washington State.
Yep, that's right.
And this is Alivia. She was been our student for a couple of years now. Now she's going to be one of our instructors. She's amazing. Also, she does amazing
Thank
work.
you.
And Peyton, you did moved into your lovely college dorm. How was it being in the college dorm?
It was good, and I got to be independent on my own, but I also had like my supports with me that helped me during my semester, going to classes and doing some activity stuff and going to lunches and suppers and things. We did have a lot of fun. I also got to know some of our supports too.
Yeah, fantastic. And then we have Crystal, who's also an instructor. And she's been with us, working with us for a couple of years. And she just recently was diagnosed on the spectrum too. Yay! Yeah, it's great to be diagnosed, because then you know what's going on with you and so on. So she's told me that she's understood herself. She understands herself a lot better. Instead of being harder on herself, she understands herself, and it's okay, right? You want to say something about that, Crystal?
Yeah, it's definitely, I'm not gonna lie, it's still a challenge, because even when you understand yourself better, there's also the process of, I guess, trying to improve yourself in the sense of, okay, I'm doing this because of my autism or because of my anxiety. So you have to put into practice the different ways that help you feel better about yourself. Because,
yeah, but before you
even
knew...
if you have the knowledge, you still have to work on yourself no matter what. And that's the way that I'm looking at it right now. And I'm hoping that I'm, by knowing more about myself, that I could just keep on getting better and better with how I am.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to include Keaton and Natalie in the spotlight too, so that way these people are also part of the DaniMation team. And therefore Keaton did the music for both films. Both Isaac and both Too Smart to Be Trendy. Yeah, so Keaton and Danny have been friends forever, and he loves doing music for animation. He's amazing. He'll create music in like 3 days for a whole segment that, a whole little animation short that Danny comes. And Natalie also has worked on several films, but that's included her own film that she premiered at Comic-Con too, right? That's right.
Yeah.
But you know what's really funny? You know how there's always, in the autism world, there's always more guys than girls? But look at our kids here. One guy. So I think it's because Danny's a girl, so a lot of girls follow
Girl power.
Yeah, which is, you know how Dani feels sometimes when she goes into Zoom meetings and she's the only girl and all these guys. Keaton's the only guy. Oh, well, we also have, I think, Paul, but I think he's left. But yeah, so it's really, I really love seeing that there's a lot of girls in animation and developing and are not afraid to come out and show their art and how amazing they are and all the great things they could do, and also not afraid to be on the spectrum and to work with that and help develop that. And Dani always says you don't grow out of autism,
you grow into it.
Yeah, you grow into it. You learn how to deal with your autism as you get older and how to work with it and so on. So but yeah, I love seeing all of you girls always when you guys come together like this, like, look at all these girls. Yay. So anyways, we're about to show
Isaac and the Firefly Queen.
Yeah, but let's just wait. Peyton, are your friends here? Yeah, I don't see your friends yet.
I forwarded the email to them, but I hope they get it. But
That's okay. We could wait. You know, we could go ahead and show Too Smart to Be Trendy then, and just wait
okay.
for your friends.
Okay, that's a good idea. So before, now to proceed to watch 2 films, Too Smart to Be Trendy, followed by Isaac and the Firefly Queen. So now what I'll be doing is that I'm going to be sharing my screen from my other monitor, and then we're going to switch, definitely going to switch. Make a big switch here. To demo mode.
Demo for, the films?
That's right.
Okay.
Here we go. Give us 1 minute.
So this film, the first one you guys are going to see, it was Olivia and Natalie and Keaton and Crystal and Zoe. I think you participated in that too, right? In Too Smart to Be Trendy?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a team effort, and you guys are going to see the team effort right now.
Looks like the bandwidth is so, like, low.
Huh?
You can't play it? Is that what you're saying? You can't play it just on Zoom?
I can't just play it on Zoom. It's just that the internet is so dodgy again.
Okay.
Kelly.
Oh, I think that might be one of Peyton's friends.
We've got one of Peyton's friends that is joining us as well.
So.
Oh yeah, that's my professor.
Oh, amazing.
Your professor has arrived, Kelly.
Well, welcome. We're about to show Peyton's film, but Danny's having a problem with Danny, can't you just show it from your computer? What do you?
This is from my computer. So, anyways, we have to go ourselves on mute, and we're gonna do the alternative. You can't really hear the film.
Oh, that's not good.
Because it's so slow.
So if you just show it on your computer, what will happen?
It's gonna slow things down. I can't really maximize the screen.
Like you normally do?
Yeah.
Because of everything else hooked up to it?
Yes.
I see. But not being able. Okay, well, how about if Peyton, do you have your film? Maybe you could share your screen.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can share my screen. Let me find the file real quick. Let's see here. Okay.
The show must go on.
Yeah, and the Too Smart to Be Trendy, you don't have it?
I do have it. It's just
no, nobody else has it. Natalie, do you have it, or Olivia, or yeah? Do you guys have the full film of Too Smart to Be Trendy? Because maybe you could get Jake to come back. Well,
yeah, we're having some trouble here.
I have it. Okay, I go share my screen now.
Okay.
If it's on YouTube, one of you guys who have a better bandwidth can show it on their screen, right?
Is it on YouTube?
It's probably on her YouTube page. She's gonna share her.
She's gonna do hers. I'm talking about Too Smart to Be Trendy.
Oh, I don't have it uploaded on my YouTube though.
I still haven't uploaded on it too, but
Edgeruff has it on his YouTube.
Who?
And
who has it on his YouTube?
Oh, Jake's.
I know, that's what I was.
Yeah, Jake.
That's what. Oh. So.
Is this good?
I just I knew I have to quit. Okay, let me see. Where are you? Where's the share screen button? Hang on. Where's the share screen button again? There we go. Now we could see you. So now we need to, now then, here we go.
My friends are watching my friends are watching on YouTube too. Okay. Yeah.
Here we go. Now let's play.
All right then. All right. Here we go.
Can you share it? Peyton, can you share it with sound?
Sound?
You haven't shared it with sound.
So when you share it, just hit sound.
Oh, okay. Let me see here. Where's the sound? Where's this? Oh yeah. Sorry. Okay, share sound. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Sorry.
That's
okay.
Well,
Sorry.
let's enjoy technology.
Okay. Oh yeah. All right. Where's the very quick one? No. Where's? Mine. All right. Let's start over.
Let me see here. Let me just oh no, my Zoom. There we go.
Something is wrong with the fireflies. They aren't glowing very bright tonight. Hey, what's that? Is that a new bug? Oh, that bug is trying to say something. What the? Who are you?
Greetings. I am Flavia, the queen of the fireflies.
Hi, my name is Isaac.
Isaac, I am seeking your help. You may have noticed my fireflies are sick.
Yes, I noticed they aren't glowing very bright.
Yes, I lost the magic stone from my scepter that gives my people their light.
Oh my, what are you going to do? How can I help?
Isaac, I need you to get me a new stone for my scepter.
Where do you find a magic stone?
You can find them in the Enchanted Forest. They can only be found on one night each year, and tonight is the night. The portal will be open.
I don't know where... Enchanted Forest? Around here? Did you say portal?
I can show you where to go, but I cannot take you there all the way. Isaac, the way into the Enchanted Forest is through there.
Hey, I remember this cave. I've been here before. How will I know which stone to bring back?
Follow your heart. You will recognize the true light of our firelight when you see it.
Okay.
One more thing, Isaac. You must return by morning with the stone before the portal closes, or you will be trapped in the Enchanted Forest.
Whoa! This is so cool. Everything glows. I wonder where I should look for the stone. Maybe this is where the gemstone came from. I'll start digging here.
Whoa, that's a lot of gemstones. Time to look for the firestone. I thought there'd be a firestone around here. Oh my, it's getting late. Or should I say early morning? I must be getting back. That was close. I better get this to Flavia. Flavia! I got the gemstone.
Isaac! Great job, Isaac. I knew I could count on you. Thank you for saving my people.
Look!
Give it a round of applause to Peyton Epler for our short film, Isaac and the Firefly Queen.
You worked so hard on this.
We're very proud of you, Peyton.
You want to talk a little bit about the film and how you included your family in it and got everybody to be part of it to help you? You want to talk a little bit about that?
Can we talk about that, Peyton?
Sorry, what?
Your family and about how you got your family involved.
Oh yeah, so Isaac is voiced by my cousin Lennon Hepler, which is my young cousin, and for Flavia, it was voiced by my mom, Linda Hepler.
Which I could see, and I see, and I remember back then we did a little interview. We did a little interview segment that which we uploaded to our DaniMation YouTube page, talking about a little bit about Isaac the Firefly Queen before it got released at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, and so are you planning on continuing with animation at your school? How is that going?
I guess I'd be planning to continue with animation, and I also want to look for voice actors, and I also create an account on Casting Call the Club where that I can create some auditions that I can make some auditions. But for right now, I'm making some. I'm doing some scripts right now, like doing like fan projects and stuff, and I still doing script and stuff, but I still am not quite ready to audition yet. But I've been looking at some people's voice actors too, and us
Don't forget, you got some people right here. You've got Natalie that likes to voice act. There's people that you could find on Dani's.
You can on the DaniMation Discord server.
Discord. You just put what you're looking for in the Discord and have them apply to you. She's got over 90 students there that would probably answer you if you're looking for a specific a boy or a girl sound, or and have them audition. Just send you a little clip on that they could record on their phone, and then it's just say send me a little clip of you saying this on your phone, send it to me, and then once you look at them, you could, or hear them, you could contact them back if you like one of them.
Yeah. Yeah. And I also can ask ask people around in my college to audition too.
Yes, you can. You could ask people in your college. You have all of the resource available here at DaniMation from previous students and current students. You have Keaton that could probably help out with music. You could do all kinds of things like that. And if you need help with anything, questions, that's what we're here for. Even though you're not a student anymore because you're focusing on your college, which we totally understand, we're still here.
We are still here for you.
I had a quick question for Peyton. Hi, Peyton, this is Ruthie. And I remember you from Danny's class too. So I really loved your video, and I was curious, so what is your main love of talent that you want to bring to a project? Are you mainly the writer of the script, or the artist, or what is your big I guess, what do you like to do? What is your main part in it?
Well, I think it is the animation while animating and doing storyboards, and I also made the story. Me and my mom, and
you wrote the story with your mom?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. So story and doing the animation is your mainly what you do, what you love to do.
And I also got to doing some script writing, I trying to brainstorm some stories that I want to write about, to animate.
And you also she also did a lot of her own editing.
Wonderful. That's fantastic. Well, that's the story is like they always say, the story is the most important thing, because you could have the most beautiful animation, but if the story doesn't draw people in, then they won't be interested. So at least you're got your emphasis on the right syllable, so to speak.
Yeah. Story is so important. She's right.
That's definitely true, and it's really about you get lots of different tips from Ruthie, and it looks like we are so now we're still waiting for
so he's gonna
Jake Woodruff is going to be coming back to talk a little bit more about Too Smart to Be Trendy, and I also got to send Gina the invite too.
Yeah. So any other questions for Peyton, guys, while she's here? Peyton, is there anything else you would like to say?
No, not really. No, not really. But I still want to say something I still want to say something about where to find me in socials. Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Oh, good.
Please do.
Go ahead.
So I'm on YouTube and the Casting Call Club page, and I also create a link tree where you can find my links to my socials and stuff.
And so, do we look for Peyton Hepler? Say if we typed your name in Google, would you come up on?
I can send you the link.
Okay,
Send
just
it.
go ahead and put the link in the chat so that we could, of how you want people to look at your work. And then we're going to share all of these links at the end of
Good.
this.
Yeah, I also have a merch shop that's in Redbubble too.
So, Peyton,
Yes.
why don't you go ahead and click on your share screen so we can see the Redbubble page?
Okay, give me 1 moment. Okay. Oh.
And it looks like we've got another donor. Can't you believe it?
Yay!
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
So link tree, and it's called Redbubble, and oh, wow, you're already merchandising and everything.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
She's on it.
I'm very impressed. And then I was gonna ask you, who did the music? Because the credits went by so fast, I missed that.
Keaton Bicknell did the music for Too Smart to Be Trendy.
That was really good. In fact, I was going to ask Keaton, because we haven't heard much from Keaton at all, even though you're the champion of sound. Haven't had a chance to actually be highlighted, but so maybe we could hear a little bit about you and more about what you're doing when we get done looking at all these beautiful things. So are these are stickers that you're selling? Is that it?
Yeah, it's stickers and posters and T-shirts and stuff.
Nice.
There's some characters and too, and my OC characters and my Tamagotchi OC and my original characters. See.
Can we find you on Peyton Animator? Is that where it is?
Yep, you can find Peyton Animator on her YouTube page, Redbubble, and it looks like the Redbubble's ready for the holiday season, and it's having a CyberMonday sale, 60% off of any of the merchandise.
Wow, that's really nice. Wow.
Indeed, yes. Whoops. Let me.
60% off. That's a great sale.
It's a great sale, great deal. Let me just go ahead and get that back. There we go.
That's wonderful.
Okay. Any other questions for Peyton?
So Peyton, what are your next animation projects you wanted to work on?
So I'm working on a fan project. So I'm working on the fan project that I wanted to audition for voice actors, but I still trying to revision my script to try to get decide what character should be in my fan film.
That's really cool. So what is the fan film all about? Can you tell me more?
Is it still being written?
Well, it's from it's from the game I liked. Okay.
If you have a hard time explaining what the film is, that's okay.
It's just
Not completely finished yet, huh?
Well, no, it's not finished. It's just but it's kind of hard to share it. It's kind of hard to share with you or something.
Oh, that's okay. You don't have to.
No worries.
So, and you also worked on a couple of Procreate Dreams projects. How was it different from using Procreate Dreams compared to Toon Boom Harmony, Peyton?
So the Procreate Dreams is like a bitmap animation software, and also Clip too. For that, that like that so okay, so it was okay. Okay, so so the sorry, what was it again?
This is called the Peppers Crafts.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, so this one here I made.
This is a very short animation, and this is one of her earliest animations. William G. Correct?
Wow.
You see? The frying pan thing.
I remember this.
It was shown during last year's Video-A-Thon when Peyton Hepler was our first guest, and as a returning guest, we were able to show Isaac and the Firefly Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for that, I also did like the photo clips thematic series that at episode 5 I was the winner for that episode of the thematics.
That is really cool.
Animatic.
Amazing.
And now, you know what amazing is? What's also amazing is how much music makes an impact in the story and the sounds. And how did you get Keaton involved?
Actually, the photo clip used their audio that we could animate their audio. So it's like a contest thing.
But when you got Keaton involved in your other project, how did you lure him into getting working for you?
Okay.
Well,
yes.
so all right, let's see here.
So how did Keaton let me explain it for you. How did Keaton get involved with Peyton's project is because Peyton was looking for different types of music. So I called Keaton to ask him a little favor if he likes to make the music for Peyton Hepler. So then he agreed to that opportunity, and then we just had like a little Zoom meeting, and Peyton gave some directions of how he wants to do, of how he does the music, and
Very
how
nice.
the mood, the set of change. Can you describe a little bit more about your music process, Keaton?
Well, this is actually pretty funny, but if you're going into a career, if you're going to make music a career, please don't do what I did and wait until you have to actually submit the music to make it.
Yeah.
Because I literally was doing everything and sending it over the day of.
Gee.
And that was like January 2024, I want to say.
That part.
Excellent job.
It was a Wednesday morning, as I remember.
So you just pulled that out of a hat.
Yep.
That's really good. Well, I just watched an amazing documentary on John Williams, who did all the music for Indiana Jones, E.T., Schindler's List, all of the Steven Spielberg movies,
Star Wars, Home Alone,
right? And have you seen that?
Home Alone?
No. Have you seen the documentary on John Williams?
I have not, but I want to watch it. I want to cross it off my list.
Oh, love it. I mean, it's so beautiful. It'll make you cry. It'll make you laugh. It's just, it's amazing when you see what he went through in his life, his early life, and how passionate he is about music, and how much the music basically was what created those films. Basically, the music is half of the film. That's what Steven Spielberg said. They showed a scene without the music, and then they showed a scene with the music. What a difference it made. But anyway, I think you'd love it because it would inspire you, because you obviously have talent that you can, whip these things up like that. I mean, writing music is it's a unique skill. Not everybody has it. That's why we all, that's why Peyton needed you, and why Danny's needed you sometimes, right?
Yeah.
And other people, you've been helping so many people.
That is true. He's definitely an amazing musician. And Keaton, well, speaking of Keaton Bicknell, before he has done music for Isaac and the Firefly Queen, Keaton was a musician at some previous works, particularly Airburst: The Sword of Doom. He was also the voice of Moon in one of the animation short films, Airburst. And then he was a musician for the musician, director, all these many hats for The Adventures of Pelican Pete: A Bird Is Born. And he did the music for my senior thesis short film, The Audition, which I've done at Woodbury University.
Yeah, that's great. I remember that one. So that's wonderful. You've got a lot of things already on your resume. So that's great. What are your plans for the future?
For my plans, just when I'm not doing music, I'm also doing editing, and I want to do more of that, like video editing and stuff.
That's good.
And he wants to marry Dani.
He did not say that, Sandy.
I know, I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry.
That's silly.
Actually, his family is amazing. We love them, and they love us. And the families, our family, Patrick, myself, and his dad and his mom have been trying to talk them into, because they've grown up together pretty much, Dani and Keaton. And, we would have loved nothing better than for them to have gotten together at some point. But they're, he's the realist, and he lived in Florida, but he came all the way from Florida to take Dani to prom here in LA.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, because she wasn't going to go to prom, and he was like, he FaceTime with her and said, he asked her to go to prom, and she thought he was joking because he lived in Florida.
But he's really mean, but he really meant it.
Yeah.
That's very nice. Wow, that is so cool.
It's so sweet, right?
Well,
so they've always just have been so close and really care for each other. So us families have always keeping our fingers crossed, but they're like, no, I live in Florida, you live in LA, we're friends, and that's okay. But now
live in New Mexico.
But now he's moved closer to New Mexico. So.
Albuquerque.
So hey, you're getting closer.
Well, even though Albuquerque is also going to be the new Hollywood at this time,
right?
Though the economy is just right now, the economy for the entertainment industry is just getting stronger.
Yeah, Olivia, Jake said he's coming. He's trying to get on with his mom, Natalie, Olivia, Crystal. Thank you so much for being so patient. So we're just kind of talking to Keaton to wait for Jake and his mom to get on so that we could show and talk about your films that you guys did. But I thought I would just throw that in because I like to tease them both.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
But we are related because he does have one of Dani's cats.
Yes, because Keaton has a cat named
Josie.
Josie, yes, Josie. How is she doing?
Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah. Yeah, so he adopted her when he came down to LA for one of Dani's events, and he went back home with a little kitty cat. So.
And the cat's name. And
Dani, when you get a chance, could you show how much money that has come in? I see tiny in the little tiny window that it looks like
Yeah, a
13?
lot of those are contributors who are personally my good friends, and some of them are like guests from the previous hours of the Video-A-Thon.
Ah, I was wondering if you could spotlight your
Yourself.
page, only that so that we can see your.
Sure, I can. So I could just go ahead and just pull up the Give Butter website. Oh, speaking of, we've got another person coming in under the name Spencer.
And who's Spencer?
That's my classmate. So.
Hi, that's
Hello,
great.
Spencer. Really nice to meet you. I am Peyton, some animation instructor from DaniMation.
Is this audio working already? Can you? Maybe you can make it the gallery instead of just one picture, because all we can see right now is Peyton's sharing her screen.
I could just stop the share.
Spencer, can you hear us? Is your audio muted, or are you having your phone on?
I have it on my phone.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Now we can hear you. Welcome.
Peyton's classmates from her university.
Yeah.
Which university is it?
What's the name of your school, Peyton?
So we're at Western Carolina University.
Western Canada?
The Western Carolina University.
Caroline.
Western Caroline. Oh, that's great.
Yay. Well, welcome. And we just unfortunately already showed Peyton's film.
So you've missed it.
But that's okay. You're here, and it's great to meet you because we've known Peyton for a very long time. And that's really nice.
Yeah, she's kind of cool to hang out with.
Oh, very cool. So is this a new friend that you made in school? Did you guys know each other from before?
Yeah, we know each other during their camp.
Oh, okay, very cool, very nice. That's how you meet a lot of friends sometimes. Is at camp.
We do. It's great to have Peyton here because we have a lot of friends.
I see.
When I first met Peyton, after my second year or my first year at Western Carolina, so that's why I met Peyton from the UP camp.
I see. Well, very good. That's really nice to have good friends, Peyton.
Yeah.
So so far we have $1,300 donated by 17 supporters. Oh, finally we've got Jake on.
Yay! Okay, here we go.
So what was the holdup, Jake?
No, it was you that.
Well, I guess my mom's not going to be coming on, and it's kind of.
You were
clear. And I wasn't very clear. My apologies for for not giving you clear directions.
Yeah, that's okay. And it is a little bit challenging for me to talk about some of the other things related to Too Smart to Be Trendy, like the idea behind it and everything. So that's why, come on for it. But, we could talk a bit more about, just the basics of it and, some of the animation things that we were focused on. So.
Right. So let's just play it first, if you don't mind sharing your screen, your YouTube, Jay, because we can't do it here because Dani tried. She tried.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I finally figured it out.
Of course.
Okay.
Now that you're here, she's figured it out.
Yeah.
So now to the screening for Too Smart to Be Trendy.
Here we go.
What's wrong, Ruby?
My friends say to get with the trends.
And Gabriel said he has a friend who can tattoo his name on
Look, it's my favorite store.
Gabe,
Gabrielle is so cute and trendy.
Ugh, I want a boyfriend.
Look at this board. It's so... Ruby? Really? Skateboards are for boys. When are you gonna grow up? Get with the trends. Get a nose stud. You're so flat, Ruby. Maybe you're a boy.
They made fun of me for buying a skateboard. They're into boys and clothes. I just think there's something wrong with me. Stop it, Whitney. It's okay, Ruby. Maybe you could get, you know, implants? Ava even said I needed implants. Maybe if I were more trendy like them.
Ruby, you're too smart to be trendy. Don't worry about it. They're just mean, honey. Maybe what you need are some new friends.
Mom, you don't understand. Just leave me alone.
Welcome to my channel. You might feel like people are always looking better, doing better, but let me tell you that you're normal for feeling this way. The friends that you have right now might not be in your life forever. You will continue to meet incredible people through your life, and you haven't met everyone who is going to love you just yet. You deserve better. There is a lot of pressure and expectations nowadays. I'm sure you know about trends. When it comes to your looks, specifically, I want you to wait as long as possible before making any permanent change on yourself. I remember when I was 13, I really wanted a band's name on my wrists, and I was convinced that if I got it, I would never regret the tattoo. But I am really glad that I didn't get it. Don't worry too much about your looks, because you're going to change anyways. And don't try to get into a relationship too fast just because your friends are getting into one. Focus on creating your happiness, feeling joy, and investing in your passions. And remember, every time you try something new, you are becoming a little more radiant.
Ruby?
Come in, Mom. I'm sorry, Mom. Sometimes you're right.
Oh, just sometimes, I see.
Thanks.
You know, every time I see it, I get more and more.
That was beautiful.
With all the work
That's
you guys
awesome. Thank you.
Oh, wonderful.
So yeah, it was a kind of a ambitious type of project where we tried drawing some things a bit more detailed, and we have two of my students here, Natalie and Olivia. And what was cool about this project is because, as I said, they're more detailed and they were going for a more anime-like style, that you know, it took maybe a little bit more attention to certain details. And since then, we've even been working a little bit more on figure drawing just to get more and more comfortable with that. Because there's different things, you know, when characters turn their head in certain directions, or there might even be parts where you animate a character and their limbs or certain body parts might kind of change shape. So it is challenging to keep, you know, consistency and you know, different things like that. So do you, either of you would like to talk a little bit about what it was like? Yeah, we'll start off with Olivia. What was it like for you working with a character like this, and how much do you think you've learned and improved by
It was very different, I'd say, purely style-wise, and also learning more about the program, especially for her hair. There was like a gradient thing that we could do where colors fading into other one. That tool was pretty cool. I think I might use that again in the future. Aside from that, yeah, learning the new style was definitely difficult. I'm pretty glad I was a part of it. It was really fun, and I honestly hope that I can like participate in more stuff like that in the future.
Yeah, and so this was like a fully human-like character, and some of the characters I usually draw might be anthropomorphic or wear masks and stuff like that. So it was definitely a good challenge. And what about you, Natalie?
I would say that, oh, I'm unmuted.
No, we could hear you.
I would say that animating this wasn't the hardest thing that I've ever done. It's one of them. Like, I'd say like top 5, but it's definitely not the hardest thing I've ever had to do. It's the most tedious, but not the most hard.
Yeah, because for Natalie, mostly, I mean, what she does a lot of is illustration and stuff using Procreate and everything. And so for her, maybe more the challenge was making it move, right?
Yeah, the art style was kind of similar, so I was fine with that. It was just the perspective.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, that's what's interesting too, is when you have characters that are side by side in the same room, they have to look like they belong to each other. So there was even some parts where we have one character where maybe the shoulders don't really align with each other, or one looks, you know, so that was interesting that once maybe we start off with Alivia doing her animated section, and then we had to kind of work Natalie's, you know, next to this character and making sure that they match up and look good standing next to each other. So yeah. The other thing that we did a bit of is for the backgrounds on this, I learned how to use Blender, which is a 3D open source software. And I went and created some of the 3D backgrounds. So I'll go ahead and share my screen so you could see some of the backgrounds here.
I was gonna
Speaking
say
of
that.
which, I saw my posters in the background on there too.
Oh yeah. So this is Ruby's room right here. So I modeled this.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's great. How you model it there for that you know how you put that animation.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, Jake. And I always wanted to learn Blender, but it is so time consuming to get into it.
Well, it depends on what, because I went on Udemy, which is a website that has videos and will teach you stuff. And I found a really good resource of how to do modeling from gamedev.tv on Udemy. And they teach a lot of techniques on how to make video games and stuff, but they have some really good courses on how to make low poly environments, low poly characters. So they're very blocky and, you know, a little bit more easy to make. And that was really good for learning the basics. So I would definitely recommend, because, you know, it's one thing to find a good course, but it's also important to find a teacher that explains things well, right?
Yes.
So you might be going through a lot of videos and kind of feel like there might be a lot of unnecessary information, or, you know.
Well, you really want to get to the meat of it. And
yeah. And I think that those videos did a good job on that.
Oh,
and here is the mall real quick. I'll show you the mall. Yeah. And what were you saying, Ruth?
Well, I'm just really happy that you did that and that you found those, you know, like the streamlined teaching thing, because when I first tried to do Blender, and that was when it first came out free, it seemed so complicated that it was going to be like, oh my gosh. I had just taken a Maya class and I couldn't afford the Maya program once the class was done, and didn't give me the program for free.
Right.
So then it was, you know, like, look at that. That's beautiful. It's really wonderful that, like you said, if you get the right teacher, which is the reason why what Dani's doing is so important and what you're doing, because if people can get the direction without and cut through all the, kind of like you've already been through the forest and you know the path to get through the forest. So, I mean, if you're just facing that big forest and you don't know how to get through it, but somebody says, aha, but I know how to get through, you can show them the way.
Yeah.
So that is really marvelous. And Natalie, you did a fantastic, you were the voice of the girl, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
That was
right there.
And Dani was the other one.
And I was the voice of one of the characters, Whitney.
Yes. Yes, I thought I recognized your voice.
I'm glad you recognized my voice as Whitney. She's just a very picky, this mean-spirited girl that just is very hypercritical, I would say.
Yep, 100%.
That was, I think you guys did an awesome job. That was so good. I mean, I was really impressed. And Keaton's music was fantastic. That was so beautiful. And so how did you get permission to use that, the audio for, the voice of the lady on the video?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, Dani could tell a little bit about it, but yeah, Rosie O'Donnell was at one of her workshops. Her child was participating. But yeah, why don't you tell them, Dani?
Sure, I can talk about it. So Rosie O'Donnell, when she first heard about,
Go ahead.
What's up with the sound? Jake just played one of my sounds. But anyways, so how it started is that Rosie O'Donnell was trying to look for animation camps, and especially for a child that is on the autism spectrum, didn't have any friends. So until she just ran across to my website, DaniMation Entertainment is hosting summer camps. So then what she did is that, and she even contacted us through Instagram, like, I saw you from the show Love on the Spectrum and Dakota, and I would love to bring Dakota to my animation workshops.
But that's how she got there. That's how she met you. But then how did she get to voice?
How did she get to voice? Well, it's because so we asked Rosie O'Donnell to provide a voice acting workshop. And Jake asked Rosie to do a demonstration to voice the mom for one of his upcoming short films, Too Smart to Be Trendy.
And actually, it was just supposed to be kind of like a practice thing, but she ended up actually doing it.
Doing the voice, wow.
Wonderful.
Yeah. We felt obviously nervous about it because you're thankful for her just being there and participating, but it's nice when, they're a pretty laid back person and, says, of course, I'd love to be a part of, your project, a DaniMation, project. So here's some of the different scenes, I would like to polish up a little bit and add more, but this is
Smart to be trendy, don't worry about it. They're just mean, honey.
With the background, the 3D background.
Very nice.
You're too smart to be trendy. Don't worry about it. They're just mean, honey.
And then that's one of your backgrounds too. That you got to use them all over the place.
Yeah. So this was a team effort. So we had Crystal also being an instructor and doing some of the work as well on Too Smart to Be Trendy.
So Crystal, do you have any questions regarding about? So Crystal, what was it like? So Crystal, I have a question for you. What was it like being part of the DaniMation team, and how did you respond to what were you feeling about the response to the critiques?
The critiques about my work?
Yes.
Just work.
It was definitely a challenge. I mostly just did the rough animation. My personal strong suit is just adding expressions and deliberate gestures to characters.
And Gabriel said,
but I wasn't really too much in charge of doing things in the clean animation because it had to be very in style. So I guess that's part of my own struggle where I don't really do I wasn't able to do the in style sort of thing, but I think I'm hoping at least that I did contribute when it comes to like the expressions of the characters and how they move and react.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, excuse me. I have to go soon, and well, it's nice to premiere my film.
All right, thank you. Great seeing you, Peyton. We loved your
Thank
film.
You're
you.
amazing, Peyton.
Right,
Good to see you.
bye, Peyton.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
Bye.
And so I wanted to ask too, so who did the cleanup then? Crystal? Is it
I
Crystal?
believe it's just Jake and his students mainly.
Well, mainly Jake. Originally, Sean Casey was one of our team members of our DaniMation on Too Smart to Be Trendy.
But his style was completely different, so Jake changed it back to his own style that he preferred. And that's okay, because this was his film at first. It was like, I was really skeptical that it was going to get done, but then Dani took the whole thing and edited it in a way that it still told a story. And
how do you turn that chicken poo into chicken salad?
Wow, I think it's really amazing. Now, the lady who talks in the meditation video that's on her the character's screen, who is that? It's some famous, it's another lady who does an actual video, right?
It was Masha Katava. She has her own YouTube channel, and that animation is actually based on one of Masha's clips, archived audios.
And so, did she give permission to use it and everything?
She sure did.
Yep.
well, she's Jake's
So
friend,
she's a friend of my mom's, and my mom is the one that wrote the script for Too Smart to Be Trendy, and pretty much the idea for the short came out of a video that Masha created as advice for young girls, and so my mom decided to create a story around it.
Love it so much. In fact, there's somebody I'm going to share it with, one of my students who is right at the right age where this would be very impactful to her.
Nice.
So I think this is a really important video that's going to help a lot of people.
Thank you. And the last thing I just wanted to show was that these characters, Ruby and mother, Cleo, was kind of inspired by my mom. So this is my mom is a young girl in the 70s, and my grandmother, Vicky.
That's so great. You have the best mom. I love her. Yeah, I got to meet her when we did, when I was over at one of Dani's classes, and she was there.
Yeah.
Very lucky. You got such a creative family. Look, she's Wonder Woman.
Yeah, right, exactly.
That's great. And now you have all this great friend group and team of talented people like Keaton and Natalie and Crystal and Alivia, along with Dani. Now, Alivia, what did you do in it?
I animated one of the characters, Whitney.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was in charge of her. I also colored her, did the line art and such.
And you did the line art too. Wow. Did you do it in which program?
I used Toon Boom Harmony.
Oh, how do you like that?
The program's pretty good. I've been wanting to use it for some time, like way back in the day when I didn't know what animation was. I took a class on it, and I just remember feeling so overwhelmed by the program. And then sometime later, my mom was like, "Oh, hey, look at this! It's a program taught by a neurodivergent person," and I'm also neurodivergent.
And it's a great
I took a couple of classes, and it went great. And I've really improved because of Dani. It was really great.
So it was Dani who was the class that you took?
Yeah. At first, she started teaching me, and then Sean started teaching me. He was also a teacher here. And then Jake is my current instructor.
Oh, I'm so glad. That is fantastic. Well, you know what? I'm just so proud of Dani, and I should probably learn Toon Boom too, because I still haven't learned it because it seemed so overwhelming. Just like for you, Alivia, at first it goes like, oh my gosh, here's this forest, and I don't know how to get through.
Yeah, but it's like so many buttons and stuff.
Right, and yet I mean I know how to do Adobe Animate because I learned.
I've been that too. I take a college class in that.
And so, but so the jump between Adobe Animate and Toon Boom, I haven't been able to do it because I still haven't. I'm still used to and Adobe Animate, and it's a learning curve you have to go through. But having somebody like Dani to teach you, that was so, and it really made the difference, huh?
It sure has.
Definitely.
Yes.
So that's the reason why I think it's so important that we continue to get people's donations for this cause, this Give-A-Thon, because GivingTuesday, because it'll enable kids who couldn't afford it, but who really want to learn to do animation. That's wonderful. That's great. Oh, I'm so. Oh. And now we have $1,400.
Oh yes, because all thanks to Linda Helpler. Linda Helpler has donated $100, and looks like we only have we're a quarter. I guess we're almost a quarter there to our goal.
Yeah, well, even if you stay
Also,
here.
I have a question for Ruthie. Did you by any chance work on The Swan Princess?
I did. I worked on The Swan Princess.
That was like my favorite film when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah, I loved it.
I got to draw all the characters at different times.
Oh man.
Really fun. Yeah, that really was fun. All on pencil and paper, and the old-fashioned way.
Oh yes,
yeah.
indeed.
Amazing.
It was really fun. And a whole bunch of other things too. So just like, Space Jam, the Smurfs, Scooby-Doo, The Simpsons, Bigger Movie, Aladdin 2, Pocahontas 2, and all those different movies.
What a great collection of different types of titles. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Did anybody see Fern Gully?
Yeah.
Yes, the bat. Yes, the bat was like my favorite character. Yeah.
Somewhere
Robin Williams.
I have on the wall.
Yeah. Oh, that is
There's
so
this one
cool.
princess.
He's right there.
Yeah.
That boy.
Betty Coda.
Well, speaking of, here's a fun fact about Ruth Elliott Hilton, how she works with Dory Littell Herrick. Ruthie and Dory have worked together on the Ferngully, The Last Rainforest, and Dorothy Littell Herrick was my animation instructor, the chair of animation at that time, ever since I've joined the Woodbury University's animation program. And the first class I attended with Dory was during my sophomore year of high school. Well,
wow.
So they worked on Ferngully together, right?
Yes. And she is so wonderful. I loved Dory, and I haven't seen her in a long time, but I'm so glad because when I first started working there, well, I remember somebody. One of my best friends in animation, Bronnie Berry. She told me, she said, "Oh, there's this new show, Ferngully, that's gonna be made. And if you want to apply, but if you want to work there, you have to be really good." And so she told me, she said, and they'll give you a test and you have to draw, some of the characters, a little, maybe 3 or 4 pages, and draw them perfectly and everything. And then if you do a really good job, you might get hired. So I went there, and Dory was in charge, and she told Bronnie told me, she said, Dory is really, you have to be good or she won't accept you. So I was like going, but I did my best and I got in. So
very proud of you.
That was fun. Yeah. So I'm so glad that you guys are all doing that, and what amazing talent, and who knows what we're all going to do next,
Oh, yes.
Each one of you guys is
amazing things.
They
well,
are.
One other thing is, now that we are getting to the end of our panel, of our Too Smart to Be Trendy and Isaac and the Firefly Queen panel, we're going to get ready for the auction round. quite a bit, and we're gonna have some more guests coming in to our auction round.
You know how exhausted I am? It's like 11.
Me too.
11,
I'm a little burnt out.
Yeah, 11 hours straight for me. And well, for
Yeah.
Dani too.
Well, Dani, you're amazing that you're holding up. I'm gonna have to leave now, but I appreciate so much that you've allowed me to stay on so long, and I hope I see you guys all again soon. So you're wonderful.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're
again.
welcome.
Thank you for coming.
I'm on Facebook if anybody wants to find me. Ruth Elliott.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. I'm gonna put my contact information in the chat, and then you guys can contact me later if you feel like it.
Right.
All right,
Thank you.
perfect. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
And that is Ruthie. So you could stay here long. Anybody could stay here longer for the auction round. For any of the guests, they feel free to return for our auction round. The auction round has already started. I know we are behind schedule, and we're still waiting for our special. Or we were waiting for 2 more guests that will be coming on in a couple. Lindsay Noller from the company Eat Your Peas, which is she's a Toon Boom ambassador.
Right. And then who's the second one?
The second one is going to be Rick Law from Disney, which is from CT, which we saw each other again on CTNX.
Yeah, I have a feeling they got the wrong time too.
Again.
A lot of people got the wrong time, Jake. They even though she put PST at the top of that.
I put EST.
Well, look, go ahead, show it.
I put EST on top.
But it's
just
way at the top, so when you're actually reading through the times, you don't see that because you have to actually read way at the top. And when I saw it, I told her, I said, I don't know, Dani, that's going to be a problem right there. But
and then I've learned my lesson. I should have been more clear next time.
Yeah, but you did good though. You've done. Hopefully you'll have these last 2 show up. But if they can't because of the time it's not so easy for them just to come on. That's you've done really good already. So
thank you, Sandy. And also thank you to all the contributors for making everything possible, even though it just keeps buffering. So guess what? We do have we do have $1,400 by 18 supporters. Thank you all. For those of you who want to continue to donate, scan the QR code or text to donate at DaniMation text to donate DaniMation 2024 at 53-555, or go to givebutter.com/DaniMation/C/DaniMation2024. I can also put it in the chat for anybody that wants to see it. And don't forget to share. Butter.com/don't forget to spread the butter.
Yeah, so it's I really appreciate you guys coming on, especially you, Jake. I want to know, where's Pablo?
Yeah, so he's at the gallery right now. I brought him over there. He was with my mom, so now he's in a crate at the gallery.
Hanging out.
Taking care of your mom, taking care of Pablo.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping him in
when
company.
is it going to be our turn? We want to take care of Pablo.
Yeah, we should sometime. Yeah. After I give him his shots and stuff, then it'll be easier.
When is it going to be finished, his shots?
No, he hasn't yet.
Any shots?
They told us to wait until 6 months. So he's close to 5 months now.
Wow. Okay, that's a long time to wait for shots.
Yeah.
Wow,
Discord's taking a little while to make some updates here.
Discord?
Yes.
Where are you going on Discord?
It doesn't. I'm trying to connect with Lindsay Noller.
Okay. So on Discord?
Yes.
Right.
Or maybe I could just give her a phone call since I have her contacts info.
Well, why don't you just send her a text?
My phone, please, because I just need to send her a text.
All right. So, anyways, what do you guys think so far of this crazy? You've seen her do this last year, right, Jake? And you too, Keaton, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I think all three of you guys have seen her do this before. Crystal, you too, right? Yeah. I'm just exhausted because last year I didn't help her as much because we were home. So she had everything under control. She just fixed all the computers there to do what they needed to do. But here, because we're where we're at, I had to be more involved.
According to her, she says, Dani, thank you for your patience with the auction prize. Feel free to raffle off 5 digital packages to our video library. I will send coupons to access our video page. All of our classes are a mix of unique lessons learned from feedback reviews. I'll offer more at this time. We're still building the official program. I hope this can help raise money needs your camps. I'm looking forward to the next Tuesday. So definitely, I just need to go ahead and send her that Zoom link. Copy that. Paste. And guess what? We've got, Raymond, also known as Rick Law, just donated.
Who's Rick Law? Rick Law just donated?
Now we've made it to $1,500.
Yay!
Rick Law.
That's gonna
All right.
That's gonna be hopefully doubled to 3,000 by the end of tomorrow. So, yay!
Finally got Lindsay K. I'm just trying to get Lindsay K on.
Yeah. Well, I think you did a great job, Jake, of explaining.
Oh, nice.
One other thing I could do is I could also send her a voice call.
No, you sent her a message. That's good. You don't have to also send her a voice call. It's not necessary. It's one or the other.
Yeah, because it's not a voice call. It's definitely like a video calling from Discord.
You sent her a message on your phone, right?
It's through Discord. Thought I had her Lindsay.
Okay. If you already sent her one message, there's no need to send her another one right away.
Maybe she forgot about it.
No. Well, I think maybe she got the times mixed up again. That's what's been happening all day long. People keep getting their times mixed up. So you're not the only one, Jay.
Oh, there's Rick Law though.
Okay. He is a big Disney guy.
So say hi to Rick Law, everybody. Let me just put him in the spotlight. So Rick Law, are you able to turn on your video?
I think we've done it.
He's getting give a minute. So Rick Law is one of the managers at Disney. So Rick, if you're able to get your computer, oh, there you are.
There we go.
Great
Can you
seeing
hear me?
We can hear you just fine, and it's still sunny out in at Disney.
Well, in California, yeah. So I don't know about Disney, but yeah, in California. So.
In California, yes.
How are you?
Doing fine, thank you so much. We've been having a great time. You just turned off your camera for a second.
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure this out. It's brand new on this Zoom on the camera here, so.
We just want to thank you for your $100 donation for the
DaniMation
Give Butter Video-A-Thon.
Yeah, and so they just finished showing their film Too Smart to Be Trendy. Which is a film that the Dani worked on with her students. Jake is an instructor, and so is Crystal, and then we have 2 of her students. We have one, or did somebody leave already?
Yeah, we just have Natalie here now, but we had Natalie and Olivia.
Yeah, so
worked on.
Hi, you guys.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So glad to join. So, what's been going on? You've been raising money today.
Oh yes, we've raised a total of $1,500.
So all the money she's raising today, she's going to put into Giving Tuesday tomorrow, so that hopefully it'll double.
She's gonna throw a big party with all that money.
No, it's 100% of everything raised today is going to.
Oh yes, it's going to go to scholarship students on the autism spectrum who are underprivileged and want to take our classes and want to take our summer workshops and one-on-ones.
wonderful. Well, that's a great thing to do. And so, wonderful.
So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your contribution.
So
yeah, of course.
Since we have the team of Too Smart to Be Trendy here, and you're so, you're so good with animation, can we show it to you?
Sure. You're going to show it to me right here on the Zoom?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of, well, here we go. This is an encore to Too Smart to Be Trendy. Too Smart to Be Trendy.
We just want to get your feedback on it because, you know, this is the first time that we've actually done a group project with instructors on the spectrum and kids on the spectrum, young adults on the spectrum. And they've worked really hard on this, and it's a whole collaboration. And we'll tell you a little bit more about it in a second, but we just want to show it to you first and see what you think.
Okay.
Here we go. Now I'm going to switch to studio mode, so hang on.
I'm going to have to put on my glasses here to see on this little phone. There we go.
Can you see it?
Can you see it? Can you see it?
Yes.
Good.
What's wrong, Ruby?
My friends say to get with the trends.
And Gabriel said he has a friend who can tattoo his name on
Look, it's my favorite store.
Gabriel is so cute and trendy.
Ugh, I want a boyfriend.
Look at this board. It's so Ruby, really? Skateboards are for boys. When are you gonna grow up? Get with the trends. Get a nose stud. You're so flat, Ruby. Maybe you're a boy.
They made fun of me for buying a skateboard. They're into boys and clothes. I just think there's something wrong with me.
Stop it, Whitney. It's okay, Ruby. Maybe you could get, you know, implants?
Ava even said I needed implants. Maybe if I were more trendy like them.
Ruby, you're too smart to be trendy. Don't worry about it. They're just mean, honey. Maybe what you need are some new friends.
Mom, you don't understand. Just leave me alone.
Welcome to my channel. You might feel like people are always looking better, doing better. But let me tell you that you're normal for feeling this way. The friends that you have right now might not be in your life forever. You will continue to meet incredible people through your life, and you haven't met everyone who is going to love you just yet. You deserve better. There is a lot of pressure and expectations nowadays. I'm sure you know about trends. When it comes to your looks, specifically, I want you to wait as long as possible before making any permanent change on yourself. I remember when I was 13, I really wanted a band's name on my wrists, and I was convinced that if I got it, I would never regret the tattoo. But I am really glad that I didn't get it. Don't worry too much about your looks, because you're going to change anyways. And don't try to get into a relationship too fast just because your friends are getting into one. Focus on creating your happiness, feeling joy, and investing in your passions. And remember, every time you try something new, you are becoming a little more radiant.
Ruby?
Come in, Mom. I'm sorry, Mom. Sometimes you're right.
Oh, just sometimes, I see.
So that was the voice of Rosie O'Donnell that joined us because her daughter takes Dani's classes.
So that was Rosie O'Donnell did the voice of the mother.
And Dani did one of the girls' voices.
Yes,
So
I did.
yeah, so this is a project that you know, kind of required more work, and I'd still think it'd be nice to go ahead and you know, there's some parts of it that are a little bit left undone, like she's walking through the mall. Obviously, there's nothing on the shelves, you know, signs and things in the rooms and stuff, and even some parts I would probably add just a few more frames to smooth it out. But I like the way that it overall came out, and we have Natalie here, and we also had Alivia, that were two of my students that I was helping teach them a little bit about how to draw these characters in my style that I did. So my mom is actually the writer of the short story, and then I helped with some character designs, and then there was another girl that did some of the storyboard and stuff. And then we have Keaton here who did the music, and Dani, you know, helped as well in different ways, especially at the end, helping edit it and you know, put things together so that at least it tells a complete story, because we were at a kind of a tight deadline. So that's why we had to kind of, you know, just put it together.
They were trying to make it to Comic-Con last summer, and it was really, we had to submit it by a certain time, and it's like, you know, yeah, it was down to the wire, but they pulled it off, and they did
We
it.
pulled it together to make everything possible, Rick.
I know
Well-
it's a little rough because, you know, they're just students, and Crystal did a lot of the roughs animation, and Natalie did the voices and some animation with Jake's instruction, and Olivia that left already, she was also doing animation with Jake's instruction. There was a couple more students, but you know, they didn't show up today. But I would completely, you know, students, and everybody's on the spectrum. Jake's on the spectrum, so is Crystal and Keaton, everybody. So
Yeah. Well, that's why there's a spectrum, right? So it can range.
yeah.
So we're all a little bit on the spectrum, I think, everybody in life.
Yeah.
So whether you have autism or not, I like it. I like the story. I like the way it approaches peer pressure, especially because that's a difficult concept to get across and to deal with. And I think that, you know, we all need to kind of realize that we're unique individuals, and you know, we don't have to go along with the crowd. So that's a very cool thing. So you guys are you're working it. So that's a good thing. I know it's a lot of work to make an animation. So yeah, how long did you guys spend on building this?
So
Well, yeah, it was over a period of time where we worked on it for a few months, and then we took a break, and then we came back. So it was like for the very first Comic-Con the year before, we just had the storyboard and some stuff. And then after we premiered that work in progress at Comic-Con, then over the next year, you know, we were kind of taking a break and talking about things, and then kind of the last few months before the next Comic-Con was when we were really trying to do as much as we could, you know, to have something more to show, you know.
Yeah. So when you say first Comic-Con, what year was that?
Let's see. So this last Comic-Con was the one where we showed this version.
Okay.
And the one before that was the one where we showed pretty much just an animatic, like a black and white.
A work in
So it
progress.
was 23 that was animatic, and
Actually, that is 23. That was the animatic, and this year is when it's a completed version, somewhat of a completed version. But there's still going to be updates on the new updated version of I'm Too Smart to Be Trendy.
But I try to tell Jake, you know, that's great that you want to polish it up, but at some point you have to, with all animation, you have to just say, okay.
Yeah, that was my thinking too, Sandy. I was like, because it's interesting to me to hear that you're going to go now and fix it more, because usually like when it's released, it's released.
Yeah.
It's one thing to show work in progress or animatic, and then you say, okay, well, but here's the final thing. So it's only George Lucas who really gets to go back and fix everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and then everybody yells at him, why'd you fix it?
It was perfect the way it was.
Yes. So I would encourage you going forward in the future is, get content with it's as good as it's going to get at this point, and and then move on to a new thing.
Yeah.
So
you could take everything
yeah,
that
because
you've learned.
otherwise you can try to get caught up in the perfectionism kind of thing and keep going back to the same well, so perfect is the enemy of good enough.
Yeah.
So that's what they say.
Oh, guess what? We've gotten another $25 from another donor, Brenda Crisco.
Well, good. Well, congratulations. So
thank you so much. Even though we are only about less than an hour left, this is what we've raised so far: $1,525 and 20 supporters. Can't you believe it?
Wow.
Yeah, which is
bingo.
Great. It's great because she gets to double this, hopefully, with Giving Tuesday. That's why she did it the day before to raise. Last year she did it, but by the time this was over, the telethon, it was too late. Giving Tuesday was already out of money. So,
oh yeah.
So. And besides, we're here in Pennsylvania because she's speaking at an event tomorrow, Dani. So she couldn't do both. She couldn't speak and do the telethon. So she decided just to do it the day before. And
yeah, Dani's like the Jerry Lewis of animation.
Jerry Lewis.
She does the 24-hour telethon right before she has to speak.
And she did, Rick. She did this whole thing by herself.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I was told by one of her friends, "Are you going to help her?" And I was like, "I think she's got it." And he's like, "What? You're not going to help her?" Like, oh, maybe I should. So, I ended up helping a little bit, just holding the phone and doing little errands and stuff like that, and just putting my 2 cents into the things like I'm doing right now. But that's about it.
And guess what? Within just an hour left, less than an hour left remaining. I'm just right now enjoying my coffee. Well, even if everybody runs out of time for the Giving Tuesday Video-A-Thon, so if you miss your chance of donating, we can see you at the community. There's another chance at the Community Expo
tomorrow. She's doing a keynote tomorrow at a Community Expo here in Pennsylvania. So
wonderful.
Yeah.
How many people are expected?
They expecting like more than 500.
Wow, wonderful. Well, that'll be a great opportunity.
Great opportunity to get enough supporters to donate for this Pennsylvania extravaganza.
Yes.
It's going to be.
And that is an extravaganza for Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Maybe you'll get a lot of Amish people that will come to your talk tomorrow.
Yeah, but you know
That'd
what?
be cool.
Pennsylvania is really big on helping the special needs community. They have a lot of schools. They've got a lot of assistance, a lot of therapy and therapists. And we're learning that about Pennsylvania. And they love Dani. Dani's always coming to Pennsylvania to speak at different events.
Yeah. Well, wonderful. Well, if you see the whole parking lot full of horses and carriages, you'll know that the Amish showed up.
Yeah.
I would actually like to go. I mean, they make everything fresh, like.
And I know, and they make it all out of wood and build a barn and stuff. So it's amazing. Yeah. So we love those people. They're great. So, well, hopefully you get a chance to visit Pennsylvania too, besides just going to your talks and sitting on internet for 24 hours.
Oh yeah.
So what have you been up to, Rick? Do you guys have any questions for Rick?
I'm sorry. Go on.
I was just asking the kids if they had any questions for you.
Oh yeah, well they're more than welcome to ask me questions. If I don't have an answer, I just make something up anyway. So
no, that's all right.
No, what have I been up to? I've been busy doing a lot of different commissions lately. So Disney still has me do a lot of different projects. So just recently they reached out to me because they didn't have bandwidth, their team, to do some stuff. So they asked me to work with a toy company out of New York and helping to develop and do some illustrations and stuff for them. But I do a lot of commissions. We just did CTN not this weekend, but last weekend, and CTN Animation Expo, and we were out there talking to students all week and trying to encourage them and inspire them all about the animation business and where it's going. Which nobody really seems to know what's going on, but we try and do our best, and then just finished saw Moana 2 a couple weekends ago at the wrap party. Just odds and ends. We just got through Thanksgiving, right? How was your Thanksgiving?
Our Thanksgiving was really busy for us, Rick. Sandy, Patrick, and I, we made all the turkeys, and especially the turkey that we made is inspired by what a TikTok influencer recipe.
So we did 2 turkeys, one for our family and one to donate. So it was
wow.
we try to do that, give back and all that stuff. But it's just a lot of work, So, but it was fun. We went to 3 different family events, so that was kind of fun to do that. But we always try to think of everybody else in the community and so on, especially nowadays. So, a question for you: when you said you were talking to a lot of kids at CTN when we saw you there, what impresses you when a kid shows you?
What impresses me? Well,
when they show you art, or when they have a lot of drive, or when it's a mixture of both.
Both things can be impressive. Usually it's a mixture of both. Although, even at CTN, we meet many students that are not very confident. You'll meet sometimes the best artists or the best people, and they're not confident in their work at all, so they don't really want it to show it. So I tell people, you have to show your stuff. You have to show your stuff and get over that, and networking and those kind of things are very important. But I grew up in a time without the internet, so for me, finding a job when I first started was looking in the back of a newspaper and trying to figure out where to go to, so that I could learn to, so that they would allow me to draw and I could get paid for it. That was very rarely would you ever find those kind of jobs in the back of a newspaper. So it was very difficult. But nowadays with the internet and all the tools being democratized, and like you guys are doing animation now on your own, it used to be those things were just just studios did those. And now you have individuals that are creating whole big pieces of animation or artwork, and they can show them online. And I know it's difficult sometimes when you have a lot of, you see stuff online, you see stuff that is so good and so amazing. Even I go through this problem all the time of self-doubt. You look up on the internet and you see so many people that are just so talented. And you're like, wow, what am I doing? Why am I even bothering? But again, all of that is part of the process of you growing as an artist and realizing that there are going to be people that are talented, more talented than you are, or more versed with what you are. But it doesn't mean, though, that you're not talented or that you can't learn to do those same things. So again, it's a lot of confidence kind of issues. So what impresses me, though, to get back to the question, was what impresses me when I see stuff. It's a combination of talent, of drive, of a unique vision. That's always important, is to try to develop what is your unique vision, what makes your things unique. In comparison to other things, because often we see a lot of students that draw just like everything else that they've seen, the things that they like. It's a lot of anime, a lot of manga influences, and they just, because they've learned to draw those things and that's the things they like, they just draw that. And I say that's fine, but what is it that you bring that's unique and makes that unique? And so whether it's a different art style, or whether it's, taking that thing, learning how to create stories that can captivate and engage, using those art styles, or there's many different things that go into that, and building a portfolio and all those things that capture attention or capture my attention.
Something that's completely your own take on things, not copying somebody else's work.
Yeah, I mean, and again, when you see a lot of that online, and again, what that is when you're copying other things, especially if you're copying IP or things that are already studios are putting out, you're just interpreting their things already, and that's just fan driven. That's a fan driven kind of idea. It's like, oh, I love this story, I want to put my own spin on it. And that's fine. And maybe if you get hired by a studio one day, you can do that. But so it's really about, though, developing your own unique vision, your own unique ideas. And then, once you do that and you show that you can do that and that you're a storyteller, then maybe you get handed the keys eventually to work on other IP. So that's usually what the studios, they want to see, though. You have a unique vision, a unique style, a unique thing that's unique to you.
Right.
All right, that is great, Rick.
That's great advice.
Great
kids.
advice.
Did you guys hear that?
Did you hear that from him, Rick?
We have some
Yes, I
very
did.
busy students, but developing their own vision, I think they have it, but it's also the confidence level.
Yeah.
You're good. All of you guys are so good. But just be confident and secure that you are good. All of you guys, Jay, Crystal, Natalie, all of you guys are so good already.
And I would say too is again, there's always a thing of trying to measure yourself against other people, and you have to you have to get out of that, because all artists start from a place. Everybody starts from a place of you don't feel like you're good. You don't have anything to offer. You're like, well, what am I even doing? I just like to draw, those kind of things. But you do. You have a unique vision. You have a unique talent. And just like people are on the spectrum, there's a spectrum of talent and how that develops over time. So again, I always tell students, especially like when they're first starting out, there's a tendency sometimes people just want to rip up their artwork. They're, oh, that's horrible, or ball it up and toss it in the garbage can. And I say, don't do that. Save all your work and just keep drawing. And it doesn't matter. Don't compare yourself to other people. Keep drawing, keep developing stories, keep being you, because in time, you will come back like a year later and you will look at that stuff and you'll say, oh, that was a good idea. And look at how much better I've become in this year's time. So you can measure against yourself. And so don't measure against other people, measure against the benchmark against yourself. Like, where did I start and where have I come and where am I at now?
Well, that is the same quotes that I said that I always tell people to don't compare themselves to others. Everybody's got a unique, and that's what it reminded me of. The same message I would say to people.
Yeah. So I just encourage, it's just, like I say, is don't measure yourself against other people, develop your own voice, your own style, and, create, just keep creating, keep making things, it doesn't matter what you make, whether it's animation or it's a drawing or it's a painting or it's a sculpture, but just make stuff.
Yeah.
And then, because everything that you make, even if it doesn't come out the way that you thought or that you wanted it to in your head, when you're done with that thing, or even if you're not done with it, like Jake is still saying he's working on his animation, even if you're not done with it, you will have learned so much in the process that the next thing that you make will be immensely better and valued for all that journey that you went and learned. So don't be afraid to try things and explore, because sometimes too, as you start out thinking, oh, I want to make this is the thing that I really want to do or I like. And then life goes, you start exploring and trying other things, and it takes you turn down a path somewhere else, and you'll realize, oh, I really like doing this thing. This is really where I feel like my strength is, my talent, and I want to explore this more. And this becomes now a new passion for you. So I just encourage you guys, make stuff and learn from it.
Yeah, and there was a comment on the
Oh.
chat that AI situation is making it feel like, you wanted to read that, Dani?
So according to Crystal, she says it is difficult too because people think the industry is falling apart with the mergers and the AI situation. I love to draw and animate, but the present environment makes me wonder if I'm able to do it anymore. But the thing is, as taking words of wisdom from a famous Disney animator, character designer for Kim Possible, Steven Silvers, he says that AI is going to be there. AI, at the end of the day, is just a tool. You can't just put the genie back in the bottle. It's a tool after all. Just, so my advice, my biggest advice to every animation is, just everything starts with a heart and soul. But when you can't just slap an AI generated artwork and call it for today. I've seen videos like, for example, the Coca-Cola commercial and the Pringles commercial. They just used AI to demonstrate that it could be cheaply done to create something with AI, but yet it looked blech.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on AI, Rick?
Well, again, I agree with Steven, and it's not a popular opinion because artists want to push back and kill AI, of course. But my opinion probably is that in the history of time, that no one has ever succeeded in killing a technological advancement. And this is what is going on, the world is moving forward, and it is creating things. And as much as that everybody sees Star Trek and wants to talk to a computer and things come out and it's holograms and just makes you food or makes you clothes or makes you whatever, if that's the future everybody wants to move towards, everybody is really freaking out about how AI is created to move us there. So I say, again, just like Steven, it's a tool. Just like Photoshop was a tool, and a lot of artists freaked out about Photoshop when it was first created. So, and the world is just shifting. And so you have to kind of figure out how to embrace and shift with it and not just rant and fight against things.
It's very
because the world doesn't care. The culture, the world, younger people, they're growing up in the new world, and this is the new world order. And it's just, and if you don't want to risk being left behind, then you have to figure out how to work with these tools. And again, I work with Photoshop all the time. I still work traditionally. And with AI, I've found ways to use AI already, even though I don't embrace it. I'm not necessarily fighting against it either. It's here, and it's not going to get any better. But what I find is really good is as an idea generator. So if nothing else, I still create hand-drawn stuff. I still create that way. But as a comp tool, as you know, comping up or coming up with an idea and exploring that idea as an exploration tool, it's amazing and it's so fast. And so you can do that all day long. And then what I end up doing is I usually take bits and pieces from that and then as ideas and then kind of create from that. So again, I don't know that is necessarily popular of a lot of people, but with a lot of artists, but I don't think that it's going away. And so we have to figure out how to live with it.
And changing your
it's a changing world. And so with the animation, especially in this industry, the studios, you have to realize too, is with this shift, it's kind of like if you're a fan of history or know anything about history, is we had the Industrial Revolution. Where all the farmers were mad because, now machines were coming in to harvest and all that kind of stuff. And it's going to put farms out of business and it's going to change everything. And machines are going to kill us all. And it didn't. It just things shifted. And then we had the digital revolution and computers came and computers are going to be the death of us and it's going to kill us all. And maybe they will one day. I don't know. But as of right now, this is the world that we live in. It's not necessarily. And it is, it's making things easier in some respects, but things are shifting. It's just changing. It's just change. And people are frightened always of change. We want things to kind of stay status quo, at least for a moment, to feel some sort of stability. But advancements happen, and so you just kind of have to figure out how to roll with that and look ahead and say, okay. So anyways, I was saying I got a little off the track there because I was saying about with animation. So the studios are factories, for lack of a better word. They're cranking out product. And so for them as factory owners and factory, they're going to figure out how to do things cheaper, faster, to do it. But again, with that shift, and the tools and the internet and all that stuff, it's all been democratized. So you guys have access to the tools that the studios have. So the studios realize this too. They're very scared right now. And they're just trying to make money and hang on and stay a studio, because you guys have the power now. Everybody on the internet has the power to make whatever they want and put it out. And on the internet, because of the mass of people, they don't need the studio. I mean, you don't need the studios anymore if you make something that catches people's attention and can engage people. So an example of this I will put to you guys is that recently I had some friends that have a podcast that were approached by a network to do a TV show. They had seen the podcast. They had, wow, these guys are great. We love them. How can we make that, ours? We want to make money off of them. So they said, we want to give you your own TV show. It's going to be a travel show. You guys can go around the world. We'll give you all the money, whatever, and stuff. And so they said, wow, that'd be amazing. We would love to do a travel show and, go around the world and get paid for it. So then when the mechanics came down, the contract and the amounts of money, they looked at that and they said, we actually make more money on our podcast than we would make to do this TV show. So again, the economics for when you work with a studio, it's all shifted towards the studio. That studio's going to make all the money. Now, the thing about the internet and all these things, when you make your own thing, you don't necessarily need the studios anymore. And like I said, they're realizing that. So studios are going out to podcasters, going out to people because they want to try to find that thing, make it their own and make money off of it. So I encourage everybody, just make stuff and put it up. You can start monetizing that. You can, if you have your own characters, if you have your own story, if you like it, I guarantee you there's somebody else out there that's going to like that same thing. And you will find it. You can build a community. Listen, Dani's already done it. She's started to build her own community, right?
Well,
you can monetize that and make money from that. So make stickers, make T-shirts, build a brand, So mechanics, the world is shifting. It's nothing to fear or be scared about, because the world has always shifted. You just kind of have to recognize that these things are here and they're most likely not going away. So you just kind of have to work within that and create your own things. That's what I say.
Yep. Great. Yeah. Thank you so much for saying that, Rick, because I mean, these kids, they know they work together with Dani. They all work together, and even though Dani does say it, once in a while, it's great to hear from somebody like you.
Yeah.
And
and the studios don't want everybody to know that, because of course they want to keep people going and buying their product and going to their thing. But again, that pipeline is completely shifted. You don't have to go just buy their thing or go see their thing. You can make your own thing, or you can go and support small creators, people that are making stuff that you do want to see. So, you can find it out there. Anything that you want, you can find it out there on the internet now.
Yeah.
So,
or you could create it.
Yeah. So the easiest thing, I encourage a lot of people when I was seeing at CTN, and although I know this is geared towards animation and everybody wants to see the thing, one of the easiest things I tell people that teaches you a lot of the same skills is make a comic book. Print, it's all sequential. That teaches you storyboarding, all those kinds of things. It teaches you how to create a story. It's very simple. If you have a fear of, making these things move and learning all the tools and things, because that is a big jump and it takes a lot to make an animated thing. you can start with something as easy as a comic book, and that can be an entry point to then, nailing down your story and crafting it and getting it all where you want it, how it's to look, how all those things, all those characters interact story-wise. Before then, people can see that and they can give you feedback on it, all of those things. And then you can go and, go to the next step of then making that, using that as your template to make it into moving animation. So again, a lot of these things are just building blocks. They're, foundational kind of stepping stones to getting to a completed project.
So that means anything can be done, and AIs can be a total good time saver. But then again, AI and artists and creative artists again must unite, not conquer each other.
Go ahead.
And what I mean uniting, which means unite creative artists, human artists, and AI shall unite, which means work together to create something really cool. At the same time, use AI to enhance and speed up or fix things that are not quite correct.
Yeah, I think that, again, it's a tool. And I think, as human beings, we don't want to see anything that's completely computer generated. We still want to see the touch of a person, the humanity there. And so again, it's a tool, and it's up to us as artists to figure out what are the limitations that we're going to put on this. If I am going to incorporate this at all, how do I want to incorporate this? And use this tool, because I think that what we're seeing is the same thing as when CGI first started. There was what we call the uncanny valley. People tried to create, characters and things, and they were exploring, what is this thing going to be? What is it not? And they realized if you push it too far, it starts turning people off. And we're not there, we didn't have the tools or the skills yet to make things look lifelike and capture that. And so again, with AI, you're seeing a lot of things being explored right here. And it's like, how far are people going to take this? Where before people go like, yeah, that's not cool. Like, I don't want to see that. Like, that's completely CG. I can see it. It looks horrible. It's whatever. So again, it's a give and take, and these things will be figured out over time. And as people explore this thing, as a tool, the same thing with music or art or any kind of thing as a tool, they're figuring out how far to push it and not push it, and where does the humanity need more of the humanity as opposed to the computer. That's all it is. So.
Yes, and speaking of uncanny valley, AI generated from art has an uncanny valley as well.
Yeah, it does, and you can tell. Usually, they're still with the AI. It's not good enough because it doesn't really know anatomy. You'll get 4 and 5 fingers, 5 fingers, sometimes 7 or not 5. I'm sorry. You'll get extra fingers. I'll say that. I'm thinking cartoons. It always has 3 fingers, so you get 4 and 5 fingers. But that's 5 fingers is what human beings have. So, but you get extra fingers. You get weird anatomy. You get all these things. But again, AI is going to get better. It's going to learn. It's going to get the way that CGI just got better over time and still continues to improve because because you need people behind it that are working with it still to craft it and to figure out the limitations of these tools and make them better so that we can move forward.
Yeah.
So.
Always find ways to move forward. So
yes.
We are just getting ready for our Cyber Monday for Giving Tuesday auction round, which means...
Yeah, so she's gonna, at the end, as closing, she's gonna do a little auction round. But we really appreciate you doing this and coming and talking to these kids.
Of course.
Dani's recording this, so she's going to put that up too. Because these are questions that, you have, Crystal and Jake and Natalie, they're one of our, best ones that are working with, with us. And so they, even though they're really good at what they do, they still have doubts sometimes. So hearing from somebody like you is really invaluable to to us.
Somebody like me. No, that's always funny. Yeah, I still, consider myself, I just draw. That's all I do. And, and everything has come out for me, has diverted from that, has been pathways that I've explored or tried but it still for me always goes back to, I just draw and I just come up with, I just have ideas. Everybody has ideas. Everybody can, hold a pencil. So it's nothing special. You just got to work with that and continue to have at it. So, but you guys are on the way already, so that's great. So just keep drawing and stuff. So.
Okay, so now we're gonna get it ready to show everybody the.
So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for everything.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ricky.
So is that it? You're done with me now?
No,
you're not. You can stay as much as you like.
But she's just going to start showing all these things that she's going to try and get people to auction off. So we didn't want to start doing that while we're still conversing with you.
So we are getting ready for the auction round for anybody
because she's on a schedule. She's like,
she's like a train.
Oh yeah. Dani.
So as you could see,
I appreciate the advice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Me too. It made me feel a little better about AI. A little. I'll probably get better with it as time goes by, but I'm still kind of on the fence. But thank you for helping me out with that. I appreciate it.
So, again, everybody's gonna have their feelings about it, and that's fine. And everybody's kind of watching to see how it develops and what else happens. So. The world is all full of different people and different thoughts and different ideas about it, but
cautiously optimistic. Those are two words.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
definitely.
Thank you so much, Jake. You still there?
Jake is just still resting. He's probably taking a nap or something.
Okay.
He went to get snacks for everyone.
He walked away. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good. I actually have cheesecake balls in the fridge. Kind of want to go get some.
Wow. Well, share them. Don't hide them. Come on.
Heck yeah, I got 2 left.
Yeah. So Natalie is from Kentucky.
Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville, Kentucky. So she started working with Dani several years ago because she was trying to learn how to animate, but there's nothing in Kentucky that she could really work with. So she found Dani, or I think her mom found Dani, and started working with her, and she's amazing.
Yeah.
And we saw her talent, and we're like, yeah, we definitely want to work with you and help you, develop and so on. And Crystal just came out of a little college in Miami. Crystal lives in Miami.
She worked with my fellow animation instructor at the time at DaniMation was Brenna Werner. She used to be Brenna used to be my fellow animation instructor until she moved away to Telemundo for a better job opportunity, and then now she's at Arts for A4L.
Right. So, but
wow.
Yeah. So Crystal is stayed with us, and she's developed a long way. And when she first started working with us, she didn't know she was on the spectrum. Then she's found out she's on the spectrum, and I kind of suspected it, but you never say it. You never.
She already was.
No, she did say in the beginning. In the beginning, she didn't say that she was on the spectrum. But recently, she just was diagnosed, and
I got my diagnosis early this year.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hey. Huh, this whole time I thought you were actually on the spectrum. And you are. So I thought you were like actually, you know what I mean.
Yeah, we know. So it's great to see them how far they've come, from a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
You do see.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, keep it up, you guys.
Yeah. Jake too, he had stopped doing animation for a while, met Dani, and then started animating again. Now he's one of our instructors too.
Wow.
On the spectrum himself, so it's great. I mean, we love our whole group that we've got working with and our students, and so Dani has 62 students right now, and
wow.
Yep, a whole lot of students and 7 instructors that are teaching animation to students on the spectrum.
And they're all on the autism spectrum themselves.
We're training several students, previous students, to become animation instructors to take our students.
Yeah, take more students, so that then they can have some more free time.
In addition, not just more free time, but more working on more projects, especially I want to work on more projects.
See, the one thing about Dani, she is like a little freight train, like you said. She doesn't stop, and that's the whole thing about the animation or any industry really. It's just being persistent. Keep going. Don't stop.
Yeah.
Just,
And there's a lot of things that will throw up roadblocks in your way, or you'll feel a roadblocks, and you just have to, they're obstacles, and you have to look past them. And there's a lot of noise in this world, and that gets in our way for whatever reason. And you just have to look past that stuff, rise above the noise, and keep going.
Yep. Exactly. And AI is just noise right now.
Yeah, it's just the noise.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So you just kind of do your thing and continue to, craft and make stuff. And again, we're making stuff that's different than what AI is making. And, as long as you make stuff, that's great. So.
Yep.
And we're so happy that we at DaniMation focus on human creativity first before AI.
Good. That's always a good thing. So we say human creativity. It'll always be there. There's always it's kind of two separate things: the AI question and human creativity, because the same way as CGI is different from 2D animation.
Yes.
There's a dividing line there, and but they coexist in their own way. CG and 2D. It's just two different things, and so this is kind of what we're seeing and stuff. And so, but I think that there's a lot of people that are the sky is falling kind of thing, thinking that human creativity is going to disappear completely because of computers. And I don't think that has to be the case, or will be the case. I think that I've seen, at least for me so far, that there's more of an appetite for human creativity. People they're craving seeing 2D or seeing a traditional drawing come to life, as opposed to pushing a button and it just appearing.
Yes.
So
that's what I would rather see, something like an artistic masterpiece.
Yeah. So again, just continue to create and make things, and that'll be the joy of your life.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Fantastic. Thank you so much for your wisdom.
Thank you so much for your wisdom.
You're welcome.
Thank you for everything. And we only have around 15 minutes left till we close.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. We've been doing this for 12 hours now, and she's going, and I'm like, I'm
Madam
exhausted.
Top Hat figurine? That looks interesting.
I'm tired. What did you say?
I said, what's the Madam Top Hat figurine? That looks interesting.
So
Can't really see it that well.
So let me just go ahead and just do a little close detail of this character. So the mysterious, whimsical demigoddess and stage leader of the Circus Misfits. So you get a figurine from Budsy's pre-order. You could either register to start a bid, or you could just buy now for $300.
She's pretty.
Indeed, yes. She's definitely a character that I created who represents one of the misrepresentations of the zodiac sign Virgo. Even though she's perfect in most of the ways, however, Madame Top Hat is too much of a perfectionist. She just is imperfect. She just messes. She tends to dishevel whenever things don't go wrong.
I completely understand, because my mom's a Virgo.
Took an inspiration from Madame Top Hat. I took inspiration from like various characters like Mary Poppins, Willy Wonka, different and the ringmaster, certain types of showmen like the Greatest Showman, or this is the show woman. You could say this is the show woman, and a mysterious Greek demigoddess who disguised herself as like a French who immigrated to France.
I like her hair.
So it's $300 to buy her from, because of all her hair. It's probably it's really hard to make. Okay.
It's hard to make figurines. When you wanted to create a
We'll
figurine,
cosplay as her at some point. She's pretty.
And we also have Madame Top Hat's nephew, Xavier Miyamoto.
Oh.
He's the young man with pyrokinetic powers and Mindy Da Vinci's love interest. First appeared in the short documentary Our Animated Minds.
He's so cute.
Well, he's supposedly be the misrepresentation of Leo. Even though he's good looking, he gets really shy or gets spooked when girls wanted to charm with him. He just gets spooked. Like,
Which one's Aquarius? That's my zodiac sign.
Francine is an Aquarius. So Francine can be cold and calculating in the short film The Audition. That's Francine. Cold, calculating, but yet shows a soft side.
Much.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm the opposite. I'm more gentle and caring, but I can now also have a mean side as well. I'm pretty much the opposite.
Yeah.
So these are for auctions, but you still have tomorrow to auction things off. You can still do some of this because tomorrow is actually Giving Tuesday. So
the real
Yes.
Giving Tuesday is
Yeah.
tomorrow. And I just wanted
but
to
tonight, whatever you make, you could throw that into the Giving Tuesday pot, and then hopefully that's matched. And then whatever else you make tomorrow, even if they don't match that, that'll be just gravy.
Oh yes.
Ask if there's someone who can see the list, like that has a list of the stuff to bid.
Yeah, it's on givebutter.com/c/DaniMation. Hold on. That's right there. My mom's wanting to know how she can get on there.
We are 30% of our
First,
$5,000 goal. Can't you believe it?
Well, once
That's
this is
awesome.
matched, it's going to be more than 30%.
We gotta show this to the Giving Tuesday folks.
30% so far. I don't know. I tried to do Homer Simpson.
Yeah. So, yeah, Dani was working on doing this whole event for weeks, putting it together, getting all of this work, doing all of the inviting everybody to come and join and doing the schedule for everyone.
But not everybody made it. Like Dr. Carrie Magro, one of the autism advocates, was supposed to make it to the Video-A-Thon, yet he went down with a stomach flu.
You had
That's
a lot
the
of
worst.
people, Dani. You had a lot of people scheduled.
And Sam Quasman got confused, but at least we got him on. And Lindsay Noller didn't really show up at all.
Who was that?
Oh no.
The lady from Canada who has her company called Eat Your Peas.
What happened is a lot of people got mixed up with the time zones.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, no, that's what they said to us. Even Jake got mixed up with the time zone because we put the time zones from here, from Pennsylvania, and everybody knows that she's in LA. So it's, it was confusing. But, she still pulled it off. There was only a couple of miss people that didn't come. Out of, how many people did you have in total? Like,
We have a total of it would be, so we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 exclusive foods, 11, 12, 13, and then 14, then we've got 14, 15, 16, 17.
can you imagine talking to all of those people, inviting them, sending them emails, getting them on
That's
schedules?
insane. I don't know how you do it, Dani. You gotta teach me the patience.
She's building her own empire. She's going to be the ruler of it.
Absolutely.
Well,
kind of.
Well, kind of the ruler, but I want more of a democracy.
Okay. All right.
I want a democracy. Ruler, I want a democracy.
She's a benevolent dictator.
Power to the people.
All I want is a democracy.
Yeah.
Me too, girl.
Democracy, not oligarchy.
All right.
Since now that with 10 minutes left, we are reaching to the end of our Giving Tuesday Video-A-Thon.
Thank God.
Thank goodness gracious. With 10 minutes left.
I'm hungry. I want to go eat dinner.
Me too. I'm already smelling something cooking downstairs.
It's 8 o'clock over here almost. So.
Oh yeah, it's 6:51 for me right now.
Well, just to close things out, to do a final closing, just to let you know that tomorrow is going to be the the Expo, which I'm definitely am so excited about to announce. So I'm just gonna pull up that flyer. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen just to show you the flyer that I've let's see here, that I create. This is what the Lorraine County has created.
Oh, okay.
Lorraine.
All right.
Lorraine, Wyomissing County. So this is the flyer, as you could see. Wait, let me just switch my views. You could see it from the page, but you can also, for those of you who are watching streaming from YouTube, you could see the Community Expo flyer, and I'm right here in that schedule. Speaker, my speaking engagement starts at 2:30 p.m. and it goes on to 3:45 p.m.
Dani, I want to say, I don't think that it's showing up on the YouTube stream. It's showing up for us. I can see it, but I don't think the people on YouTube, there it goes. And now it's up on the YouTube stream.
Yes, it's up on our YouTube stream. I'm just making sure that everything is just fine with the YouTube stream. We did we've got one last guest. It looks like Lindsay has arrived.
On the last minute.
All right.
Well, Lindsay?
She's with Toon Boom. She was working with Toon Boom. So now she started her own
company called Eat Your Peas.
Yeah,
Lindsay, if you could turn on your camera, that would be incredibly great. So, Lindsay, you have made it to the last second of our Video-A-Thon. Oh my gosh.
Did you get mixed up with the time too? A lot of people got mixed up with the time.
We were worried about you.
I think I thought it was tomorrow for GivingTuesday. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Well, welcome anyways.
Thanks for having me. It's so nice to be here.
Yeah, you remember Rick Law, and then we have 3 of our students here.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. I hope I'm not too echoey. I'm in an empty room. So it's a bit echoey over here, but I hope it's coming in all right over there.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not being held hostage?
I'm not being held hostage, no.
She's in an undisclosed location.
Very warm, extra bedroom at my sister's house, yeah.
All right.
So Lindsay, can you explain a little bit more of the Eat Your Peas website, or you could just go ahead and share your screen to your Discord server?
Sure. Let me pull up Discord. We Eat Your Peas is an animation mentorship collective, and we are based out of Vancouver, Canada. And I've basically tapped into a whole bunch of animation industry talent that's on the West Coast to help young budding artists, I guess, bloom with their skills and get better. And I think for us in the industry, we recognize that what made us good at our jobs was everyday interactions with supervisors. And so we're trying to create that sort of an environment for our Discord community and for our classes.
Alrighty, I can't wait to see what you have on the Discord server. Can you show us your Discord server via when you click on your share screen? By the way, Lindsay, so far we've raised $1,525 with 20 supporters. We just would like to thank all the supporters for contributing this amount of money, and then we'll raise another set of money. Hopefully, we'll early double up the amount of gift butter stuff, and then we'll just raise the rest.
Congratulations! That's incredible. That's a lot.
Thank you so
Great
much.
job.
Although we're only 30% of our goal, though.
That's okay, because you're gonna do a matching. They're gonna match her goal. So Giving Tuesday, that's why we're raising the money today, so that tonight, early in the morning, tomorrow morning, we're gonna submit the money to Giving Tuesday. So hopefully they match it, because usually they run out of money at a certain time in the day. So we know how much money you've raised, and just put it in to Giving Tuesday first thing, and yay.
And hooray, hurrah!
And then we'll have a match.
Well, it's already Giving Tuesday starting in Australia, Japan, and.
Okay, but I need a break.
No, let's go another 24 hours. Let's just extend it.
And now Lindsay's right now sharing her screen. So now
Lindsay, how big is your Discord community?
We have just over 1,000 people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I wouldn't say everybody's an active participant. We have a lot of lurkers who are self-described as people that just like to hang around and watch.
Yes, that's usually the definition of a lurker.
Yeah, I do like that term. I think that it's really cute. So I try to throw it back at them when they tell me that, when I meet people live and they tell me, oh, I'm on your server, but I'm just lurking. So I like it.
To hang around and watch people.
One other cool thing
our server is a bit new, and I'm kind of new to the Discord community as well. So this has really been a brainchild, but we also try to improve it all the time and make it easier for people to understand when they pop in. I know that a lot of people that we work with are new to Discord in general. So when people drop into Discord, they usually get put into here. Let's see, this will tell us exactly how many people I have. So we have, actually, we just hit 1,150. So.
And so can people watch, like, are they watching live this right now on your Discord?
They are not watching. No, people on Discord, I don't think know that I'm here right now. So.
Oh, so you're like on a stealth mission.
I should share the link. I definitely should share the link.
To donate.
But yeah, they pop in here, and then from here, you actually have to go to the read rules section because you will get sorted and counted. This is also like something that protects us from bots. So if anybody knows anything about Discord, people can get attacked by literal robots on the server. So clicking this little green arrow here is what stops robots from attacking it, which is really interesting. And then it's a pretty general safe space for artists, really. That's kind of what we're trying to do. We mostly have people that are under, not everybody has gone through and sorted themselves. You can see that we have a pretty big disparity between 1,000 people, and looks like there's only 200 people counted here. But we have mostly people that are pre-professionals. So pre-professional is somebody who's graduated school and then also hasn't quite gotten into the animation industry to become a professional. So they might have less than 2 or 3 years of experience. And so they're still kind of understanding the pipeline and the process of how the whole animation process, like how the sausage gets made. You know your part sometimes, but you have to learn the bigger whole. And so we have quite a few students. I don't know if this is quite accurate. And then we also have quite a few professionals that are actually working in the animation industry. And a lot of people offer help in here, like for free, and they're just here, they're active, they're answering questions. There's a few of us, including myself, that are on here almost full time. And then let's see, and then we have a couple more rules where it's like how to eat your peas, like what's kind of accepted here, how to read all the channels, which can be a little bit more cumbersome for some people, so that we have this, but this is what we're trying to improve. So this channel changes kind of often. We're trying to make this as streamlined and easy for everybody. And all of our announcements are here. Sometimes mentors say hi in the Meet a Mentor channel. And then this is a really cool initiative that we just started, the episode 101. So we have most of our up-to-date information right here. We actually created a fake TV show so that we could have our own training assets. And we're doing that with the whole community. So we invited people to basically trade animation for free skills and free draw-overs, so free interactions from a professional. And so anytime you see this green emoji, the green dot, that's basically the P, and you can kind of hop around. So this is what's really cool. These are our design channel or a storyboard channel right here. So sorry, not just, where are we? Actually, I skipped one. No, I didn't. Here we go. So storyboards. So we got our storyboards right here. And basically there's a whole bunch of things in every department. So how to contribute, what are we looking at? Are we looking at a website? Are we looking at your actual storyboard? So it basically teaches you how to contribute for each department. And then we have a review section, which is here. This. And this is something that people can just upload their work anytime. And this is what we review. We do monthly reviews. So not every request is answered right away. We aim for monthly reviews. So the goal is to really just hit that deadline of when that review is going to take place. You can ask questions. We like to call them dumb questions. If you've got a dumb question, because everybody feels really self-conscious when they're asking questions, and we think questions out in the open are super valuable to a whole bunch of people, so we call them the dumb questions section. So if anybody has any storyboarding questions, you can answer them in there. We tend to get back to people. Let's see if it'll load.
Okay, I have a dumb question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why peas?
Why peas?
Yes.
Eat your peas, persistence, patience, process, pipeline, passion, play, just all these really important words started with P, and they just line up. And when you're learning something, you just kind of have to cycle through them. And so it turns into a big pile of peas if you get through it one at a time.
All right. See, there's an actual answer. I was like, why that vegetable in particular?
I also didn't love peas. So you have to kind of learn to sometimes do the things that you don't want, especially when you're neurodivergent. You got to kind of trick yourself. And so I think that's part of learning and getting out of your own way so that you can really pick up these tools in the way that a professional has to cycle through this stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is our episode 1. This is something that we made for CTN actually, and I don't have it. I can grab it, but I don't think it's gonna play very well from the Google Drive. So let's scroll up here. But it's basically all out in the open. So right now everything is open source. You can see our sign up, and you can kind of see each individual scenes. It's all collaboratory. So we are bringing and inviting people in to create their own storyboards. And then we're teaching people how to break those down into also general tracking tools that we use in the animation industry. And then from there, it actually gets distributed to each department. So we can start to count. We teach people how to count so they can track their time, how much effort is it going to cost themselves time-wise to actually create an asset. And so these are some of the boards that people created. Let's see if I can.
Wonderful.
And so this is just our dance scene that came through. They're all here. Let's see if it'll play. Come on. It might not play. My internet's might not be the best today. But here, yeah, you can see all our panels. I'll just walk you through a couple strategic things. Through here, what we do is we bring professionals and they get reviewed, they get drawovers. We had a whole class that we went through all of the storyboards. Let's see if I can pick up another one.
And is that a P with a baseball hat on? Is that what I'm seeing there?
That one was the dancing one. Yeah, it turns into a little break dance number.
All right.
Let's see if this one will play. I might have to take this offline for a quick second. So this one, somebody was trying to create an infinite loop of a P with a P on its mouth. Let's see, and then we also had this one. So this was a submission. They submitted a few boards. So the concept of our episode was the P's on stage doing something. What talent is the P doing? And so that's, let's see. I will pop over, I'll show the trumpet one because I think I can track the trumpet one all the way through to animation. So this is kind of where the trumpet started. They got some professional feedback, and now it turned into this little P that kind of like shoots itself all over the stage. And then we liked that idea, but we wanted to make sure that it fit within the scene. Part of the goal is to really teach people how much work what they do causes somebody else. That's a really important factor when you work in the animation industry. And so we were actually able to take people's ideas and shrink them down so that they're a bite-sized piece that's manageable for somebody else that might be new within the animation industry. And so I think this is the last one, yeah. And then when we go to our art and design channel, we can also see the designs for this. And again, these got reviewed by a professional. And we also taught people how to format their designs properly for television. So let's see, they submitted their concepts here, and then from here we kind of made it a little bit more streamlined. So this is the trumpet itself. The rules for how designs work. And these are all of our designs right now, but I'll show you a couple strategic ones.
I like that the carrot is represented.
Yeah, that's the original character. It's a character. We use a lot of garden puns, a lot of growth puns.
All right.
So then so then the trumpet goes through the actual design process, and you can see the submissions here. And we had this character, we had this designer streamline their trumpet because there's too many lines in this. If you notice, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 versus 1, 2, 3, 4. And we did that because we knew within the program, it would be really hard to see. A lot of those lines get, they're so small, they get blurred and it looks like one big black bar. So you wouldn't get that tiny detail. So we wanted to make sure that the designs that people were submitting actually fit the character and actually fit the realm and the space of, with merging like the limitations of the technology, I guess you could say, because it goes from designs, it goes to the builds team. And so that's where we start to have a lot of fun, and it gets into colors the last stage. And so we're basically just building a very fun way to like learn how to work on a TV show and go through all these steps and making it faster for students. Like students spend a whole year doing, one thing, and then you get to a studio environment and you have to do that one thing on a weekly basis or a daily basis, depending on what it is the job is. So that's kind of the biggest shock to most people. So this is a kind of a place where you can start practicing the speed of your skills and you get to be a more efficient artist. This is a really fun one. This one blew us all away. So this was the build of this one blew us all away, but the design's really pretty. So the art director that went through our work is a really awesome art director named Luis Gadia. He's based in LA, but he worked for Warner Brothers, and we used to work together in Vancouver. So it was really incredible to be able to just ask him for his help and his opinion. And he even taught me about what my show looks like, or what this show looks like. It's not really my show. It's like a fake show, which is kind of the best part. Let's see. Okay, and then from here, I'll show you the next step. But I'll show you this peacock tail. I'll show you the trumpet and the peacock tail because they are pretty wild. Here, let's see. Peacock, here's the trumpet. So our people that are working with us, they kind of come from everywhere. So this came from the UK. And this is all built in 2D, so there's no 3D objects here.
Oh. Thanks to the power of what it's called master controllers.
And believe it or not, this isn't a master controller. He didn't do this with a master controller. I said the same thing and I got corrected. This is I haven't looked at this rig strategically enough to understand how it was built. But I'm pretty sure it was all done with a little bit of scripting inside the functions editors. So it's pretty neat. Then there is the peacock tail, which is another variation of how incredible this rig is. This is coming from the UK. So we try to teach specific skills that will be useful to where people live. And so in the UK and Europe, they use a lot more, what are these called? These are called constraint systems. Yes, constraint systems. And so when these things get animated, it almost like automates the process a little bit. So it's pretty cool. This would be a lot of fun to animate. A lot of people were like really scratching their heads on this one. Yeah.
This looks
Yeah,
so
and then I
easy.
can show you a little bit about our animation. So our animation is kind of where we're at right now. And so you can see this channel is it's very big as to how it's going. But let's see if there's an update on the peacock. So this is what the peacock does in our scene.
It's going to happen in action. So here it is, the peacock.
Got a lot of attitude.
Even though I can't really see it, it's just a still image though.
I know, it's not loading. Let's see. Oh, maybe I just opened up where's the animation?
Oh, yeah, that was true.
There's some drawovers. Here's the latest animation. Here we go. Oh, it's buffering.
Yeah, it's like the bandwidth is not very great.
I'm stretched. Okay, let's try one more time. Yeah, so that's the tiny little peacock. It's so cute to see how many personalities and how many skills and talents that everybody's thrown into the short that we have. Let me see, where's the... and here we've basically broken up every thread into a scene, and then every scene basically has a track record and a trail, and you can see how it starts. So it starts with the keyframes, then you can see some of the drawovers. We use another program called Sync Sketch, which is a professional review tool, so we can do professional drawovers within Sync Sketch. See if I can find the trumpet. If it'll load. But after this, we're basically getting all these scenes ready to go to Comp and Effects after this. So those will be the next classes that we have. We're going to be running those to the end of the year, and then in January we're basically finishing this project for the rest of the year, and then in January we're going to be starting our monthly classes again.
That sounds fantastic. That's everything you've planned out, Lindsay. We're so proud of how much of work and you and your team has put in to make this this production process pipeline possible. So we have reached our time. We are over time for the end of the Giving Tuesday Video-A-Thon. So I just really wanted to say thank you all for attending today's Video-A-Thon. It's such a blast. So to close things out, we're gonna definitely just we're gonna play the music and also end our stream shortly. We're gonna end our stream shortly in a bit, as we are going to, and meanwhile, as we're gonna end our stream, we're gonna play that music. We're gonna play that music in the background. So, as the end of our Giving Tuesday Video-A-Thon. So now we'll just now I'll pull up this this is how I would end the Video-A-Thon. You don't really see it on your end because I'm using OBS, but I'm gonna play that the same music that I used for the Giving Tuesday Video-A-Thon.
And I am so exhausted of holding this phone.
Aren't we all?
Holding this
I'm
phone
not.
right here.
I'm ready to
Yes.
go. Let's do it another 12 hours.
Give us some of your energy, man. Dang.
Just order pizza in, Danny and Sandy, and we'll just continue to go.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Just because you just joined a little while ago, so you're like, yeah, let's go. Yeah, it's Danny's been up since like 4 this morning.
And now it's past time.
Yeah.
All right.
That's okay.
So before we go, don't miss tomorrow's community expo. For those of you who are in Pennsylvania, don't miss tomorrow's community expo taking place at the Mohegan, Pennsylvania Casino Resort. Really excited about that one. So we are signing off. Bye, everybody.
Thank you
Bye.
guys.
Thank you, Danny.
Thank you guys for everything. For showing up.
It's good to meet all of you.
Bye.
Guys, bye.
Thanks for having me.